Are we going to connect to my YouTube? Oh, look at that, it did it! Oh my god. Okay, here.
Yeah.
Get in here. Yeah! Alright. Let me turn this on. Copy this. Tweet this. Oh my god. Huzzah. Okay. That's it. We're hello.
Hello.
Hello. VHS Ash. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. I should actually tell my Discord that I'm going live, because I always forget to do that. The one thing that I think I've learned doing VTubing for a full year is that it is very easy to forget how to do everything.
Yeah. It's kind of like just throw things at a wall and hope it works.
Yes.
And then pray that no one notices.
Please do not look at the strange creature behind the curtain. We're doing our best.
Unless you're like one of like the established ones, then you like show yourself. You're like, oh, I'm so hideous, and then it's like actually a K-pop star, and you're like,
those kids are so, bless their little hearts. I just want to just take them and shake them lovingly and just be like, you are beautiful. Stop it.
I want to take their face.
Face off. So we're establishing you're the Nicolas Cage in this duo.
Yes, I am. I am the wizard of acting.
Oh my god, do people call him that?
I've heard him referred to as that, and he so he has his own acting style, which he has threatened to release a book on, and I want that book.
That doesn't sound like a threat. I desire that greatly.
I do too. I mean, there was an SNL skit where like they had him next to a caricature of himself, and he said, "Come to a Nicolas Cage movie. It has everything you want in a Nicolas Cage movie. All lines are whispered or screamed." And yeah.
Absolutely. Hello, Maple Fox. Welcome to the Roundtable Nicolas Cage discussion.
Hey, Maple Fox.
So what is your favorite Nicolas Cage role or movie? Either one.
Oh God. Let me think. So, like, if I gotta go classic, it's gonna be Face Off or Con Air.
Fair.
If I'm gonna go recent, I really liked him in Color Out of Space,
and
I really liked him in Willy's Wonderland.
I haven't seen that yet. Mostly because everything else about Willy's Wonderland sounded underwhelming. That wasn't Nicolas Cage.
So, like, the way you have to watch it is like if you've lived vicarious through like videos on FNAF and like this deep, intricate plot. See it as that, but Nicolas Cage doesn't care and just murders it.
Ooh, okay. All right, I like that. I do like that.
You have these teens show up and they're talking about, oh, the dark history of the pizzeria. It's hot dogs also. Like, it's a hot dog place. Which, what?
Wait.
But yeah, they're like, here's this plot. Nicolas Cage just kind of ignores them and goes back to drinking his soda.
Amazing. And
Like,
okay.
you know, yeah.
Okay, I'll give that a watch. So I haven't actually seen it, so this might be a weird thing to say, but I think my favorite old Nicolas Cage is Vampire's Kiss.
Oh, yeah. It's iconic. I need to watch it too.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I've seen enough clips where I'm just kind of enamored with the performance itself.
Is it the I am a vampire part? Because that is the je ne sais quoi of that movie.
That, I think I like him talking to the therapist of like, the weird like A, B, C, D, like
Yeah,
just
yeah, that's a
going
good one.
insane.
I mean, there's also Wicker Man, which is great.
That's not even on him. I think you could put a lot of action actors that aren't taking that role seriously could have got an as entertaining performance out of that role.
True, but like, so there's a scene where somebody said, okay, so he's in a bear costume
Yes.
and he runs up to a woman and punches her in the face.
Yes, that is the iconic scene aside from Not the Bees.
So somebody set that to Chariots of Fire, and it is probably the best part that's not in that movie.
Oh my god. I can picture that, and that's fucking perfect.
It's like a little bit in slow-mo. It's oh.
Oh,
Kiss.
magical and majestic. I mean, and newer I have to go with Mandy, because that's aesthetically my shit.
Yeah, Mandy. So Mandy's really good.
Yes.
But like part of that is like just the visuals.
Yes, well, because it's the Cosmos. I forget his name. Is the dude that did Beyond the Black Rainbow, which is one of my favorite movies. So.
Really?
Yes. So I gotta love Mandy because it's the same shit. Like I'm just in love with that man's aesthetic choices as a director, and like.
Yeah, I get you.
Kind of like he loves certain things about the 70s and 80s and he hates certain things about the 60s and 70s, and I feel the things he hates about those decades and the things he loves about those other decades are like we match on that. We're very much in line with what we like and dislike about previous generations of media and pop culture.
I can see that. I mean, like I like that 90s aesthetic and such. I like aesthetics a lot. If I wasn't VHS Ashley, I probably would have gone like Greasers or such because I really like the 50s aesthetic. I hate the culture of the 50s, but
Well, so that's perfect. You can absolutely have your cake and eat it because there was that huge weird boom of 50s nostalgia in the 90s that like is encapsulated in Pulp Fiction.
Yep.
So there's space for that.
I lived through that decade and I didn't remember that. I do remember that 40s kick when we just had swing music back.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Cause there was like a whole fucking Daria episode about weird swing kids.
Yeah, swing was interesting. Like it hit and then people were like, we can just listen to ska music. And then it went away.
Let's see. Ash sounds muffled. Why do you sound muffled? Maybe I should turn you up. Here, let's try this. We haven't got the game running, so I'll just turn you up all the way.
Huh. What up?
Hello.
Hey, Jessica.
Hello, Jessica. Welcome. And Maple Fox Ghost Rider is also a good choice for Nicolas Cage movies. Very good.
I need to watch Ghost Rider. All I know is he pisses fire in the second one.
He does do. The second one is a disaster. It's a fucking disaster. Also, I've never been able to watch Ghost Rider or kind of, to a lesser extent, Constantine again. Like, because I read an article where someone pointed out that it's really, really weird in comic book fiction that we have so many portrayals of like evil and demons, but there's like no force of good as a counterpoint to that. Like God is always silent. And it's really bizarro. And they were talking about Ghost Rider specifically, and ever since someone pointed it out, I'm like, hey, yeah, hang on. What's going on?
So the thing I really like, and this will so like there's Devilman, and it's kind of like a similar thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go into like the Devilman lore, God and angels show up, and like I like how they aren't like good. They're just kind of like order.
Yes.
Like when the devils take over the planet, God's just like, yeah, no, and just nukes it. and starts over.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I do like, especially in Crybaby, the implication is God is a dick. It's
Yep.
I love Devilman because I really get the impression Go Nagai wants to fight God, and I fucking relate. I fully support this.
Yeah. I love Go Nagai as that
Yes.
like perverted grandpa who
Yeah.
makes like, you know, cutie honey,
Mm-hmm.
Devilman.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I adore Cutie Honey. I love angry, pervy grandpa Go Nagai. I respect a man that's willing to take an entire angry parent group that like protested his works and kill them in the next issue of his manga that they tried to get shut down.
Oh man. Did you ever hear like in he did Violent Jack, which is
Oh,
already a great name,
yes.
and it takes place in like the Japanese town, Evil Town, Japan. Evil Town.
Evilton, if you will.
Yep. I would love to live in Evil Town.
Knowing what little I know about what happens in Violence Jack, I don't think I do. I don't think I want to live in Evilton, thank you very much.
I mean, you know, I just want there to be an Evilton. Just, you know, that'd be great.
I mean,
Be
is
mayor of Evilton.
be run for city council.
Yep, city councilor of Evilton. PTA president of Evilton district.
In charge of the bake sale in Evilton.
Yeah. Man, Evilton would just it seems like just a community. Imagine like the community outreach videos like, you know, Evilton, where industry thrives.
Oh god.
And it's like
so Parks and Rec, but
yeah.
in a Go Nagai. So you want Go Nagai to do Parks and Rec?
Yes, yeah, that is actually it. Yeah. I think that would be great. Just instead of like Andy, we have like boss from Mazinger.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't know if people know. He's the guy, the big bully guy who beats up scientists, points at a junkyard, and says, "Make me a robot too."
I also desire a robot. Do it, nerd. Yeah, I vaguely remember that guy. I haven't watched as much Mazinger as I probably should. But it has fucking slammin' theme songs every time they do a new version.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. So, like, if you want to watch it, watch the one, I don't know the English title, it's called Shin Mazinger.
I've heard of that one, yeah.
It's the one that has Jam Project, and, like, Mazinger's ultimate move is it turns into a giant fist.
Fuck yes!
And then punches things by ramming into them as a giant fist.
That's the good shit, man. This is why we watch mech anime.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, that's the one, because I used to get our local weeb store when I was growing up used to actually have a really good soundtrack selection. So I would buy, it was basically now that's what I call music, but for anime. And like once a year they'd have a new one. And yeah, full on, one of the little compilation discs I got had that Jam Project Mazinger. And that was actually my introduction to Mazinger back in high school.
Yeah, it's real good. It's real good.
Yeah, I need to go watch that. I tend to, when I like find, especially like reboots of older properties through their cool opening songs, I'll try and like go back to the original shit and work my way up chronologically.
That's harder to do with some of the older mech stuff. Like,
yeah,
I had trouble watching original Gundam.
Oh god, I've tried a couple times. Gundam's so hard. I want to love it more than I do.
So like the best way to do it is watch the original like 3 movies and then just kind of tolerate Amuro and just wish for Char to come back. Cuz Char Aznable is the best part of that show.
That's the feeling I get. That's why I did want to watch this. I'm like, when's Char going to get here? He looks cool.
So like they have the origin and it has like his like younger days and it talks about that time he took somebody's name and got them murdered and that time he was gonna murder that other guy he was rooming with. And there's just a lot of that.
Just
It's
he
just
works his way through life by killing people.
yep. Or like deciding when to kill people.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like he's like a more secretive bride from Kill Bill.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Because he
fun.
has this whole revenge kick.
Oh my god.
And then, like, in one of the movies, he meets his sister, takes off his mask, and then runs away. I don't know why.
So, okay, so it sounds like cuz okay, the Gundams I've seen all the way through are Wing and the Wing and Endless Waltz.
Yeah.
8th MS team,
Uh-huh.
and I think that's it. I've started a couple others, but those are the only ones I finished. So it sounds like they tried to redo the popularity of Char with Zex Marquis.
Yeah, he's a lot of people call them the Char character, and every Gundam kind of has one. Zex is kind of the failure Char because no one really buys his act. Whereas like Char like puts on sunglasses and no one knows it's him. Zex Marquis takes off his mask and everybody knows it's him.
Oh my god. I just remember that being a thing of he takes off his mask and Relina's like, oh, it's my brother.
And then people are like, why is Zex just walking around without a mask?
That's
Why?
weird. Yeah. The worst like, Batman.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of watched Wing and realized I hated Wing for a long time, but then I realized it's kind of like a drag race skit where everything's dialed to 11, everybody's wearing fabulous costumes. And then you have like characters who are just like completely insane, like Lady Un, who develops like a moe personality because she likes a guy too hard.
Yeah. That, and then Catra's whole like personality. Like, oh, we couldn't figure out what to do with Catra. I guess he's just gonna go crazy.
I had a friend who described the whole reason he went crazy as like, yeah, that mech shows you math. You go crazy because of math.
I mean, I do hate math, so I relate.
Yeah, yeah. We probably should talk about more horror-y stuff since it's Halloween. So,
I mean, we started kind of back with like Mandy and Willy's Wonderland. This is just a natural flow of conversation.
Well, we could do like more mecha with horror. I mean, there's like Blue Gender. That's kind of like Starship Troopers.
It is. It is. I didn't actually ever make it through that series. It kind of bored me.
I didn't either. Yeah. I'm trying to think of more that have like horror elements.
There's Soul Taker. I remember. I also haven't seen that, but I remember it. I remember the trailer for Spooky.
Yeah. Let's see. Man, like anime and horror is kind of like a sad thing.
You think it would work out really, really well, and yet
it's like either like super gory with no substance or like not scary.
Yes. Or those weird, like, interesting premise thriller animes that never have a satisfying conclusion.
Oh yeah, there was that one called Pupa, which was interesting.
I have been recommended that and I still need to watch it. It is like third down on my list of shit to work through.
It's like either the brother or the sister is like a beast that needs to eat human meat and the other like feeds part of themselves to it, and then there's like an abusive dad or something.
I mean, there's always an abusive dad. Okay, Nurse Witch Kamugi I also still need to watch because it tickles me that it is technically a spinoff of Soul Taker.
Yeah, it is.
That's hilarious.
I mean, there's the Fate series that has horror elements.
Does it?
Yeah, a lot of them.
Oh.
Especially Zero.
Oh, okay.
Like, there's just like a part where like one of them. So one of the like magic schools is like, we get magic from bugs. We threw a little girl into the pit with bugs, and they're all going to, not saying it too demonetize
I don't know.
her.
I don't know how demonetized. I don't think these streams are monetized, so they eat the girl, right? They eat the little girl.
No, they do the R thing.
Oh.
Yeah. It's that is
They
like the
do
most
the anime thing that anime does that has put an entire stigma on literally anyone that just enjoys anime, no matter what anime we enjoy.
Yep, it's like you can watch I don't know, that wholesome one with like girls as animals or something, and yeah, everybody's like, you want to fuck those animals, right? And it's like, no.
No, man. I watch
No.
Uma Musume and I have none horny feelings. I just like the cute horse girls. I like that they're friends. The music's good.
So that's the horse one with like famous racehorses, right?
Yes, it's whenever, okay, canonically, this is the lore. Whenever a famous racehorse dies, their soul gets isekai'd into this alternate reality where they are reborn as cute anime girls and like continue to have the drive to race. And so there's a whole subculture in this alternate universe of girls with horse ears and tails that have the exact same name as the dead racehorse, desiring to run in a grass circle for the amusement of other regular humans.
So like I was reading something on that the other day of why it doesn't have like a lot of like pervy porn stuff. I don't know if you caught that.
I didn't, but go on, because I'm very interested, because I noticed that as well, is like certain shows don't get the same treatment, which frankly I appreciate. Like I'd kind of lump, speaking of, Jessica mentioned Precure, I don't actually see a lot of lewd stuff for Precure either, thankfully.
Oh, I see a lot of that.
No! Don't ruin my joy! No! My girls!
No. Yeah. So like with the horse anime though,
oh wait, no, sorry, I do remember this. I did see this. I know why, but you continue. You say it.
Yeah, so like apparently the Yakuza have a lot of like pull in that industry because they own a lot of the horses.
Yeah.
And yeah, they don't want to piss off the Yakuza.
It's the Yakuza who has ties to like the other nations that own the horses. So there's also like the American, like Kentucky Derby, whoever the shit people, and there's a lot of money and like old money tied into it. That's right. I do remember reading this. Oh my god.
And somebody pointed out, so rule like is it like 23? I forget the rules.
I mean, like 34 is
34.
Yeah, okay.
34. It was 34. So somebody pointed out, so the way to get around rule 34 is Yakuza. And it's like, yep.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're doing porn of the Yakuza video games, then it's fair game.
Yeah, but like I've seen Yakuza review those. They're kind of amused more than anything.
I also read those. That was great.
They're all like, what the hell is he doing?
I like when it was just accurate enough that like the comment was, oh, that's nostalgic. I remember when I had to do that and then I beat up a guy. And you're just like, okay, man. Because like Joey the Anime Man also recently interviewed, I believe, an ex-Yakuza. And what I kind of like about real life Yakuza is if you're not in the business, they're pretty fucking chill with you. You be chill with them, they're chill with you. And I find that's
kind of what I've heard, yeah.
I find that so deeply amusing, is that it's like they're so casual. Like, it's a business. It is a job.
So, like, apparently, the story of Halloween in Japan has to do with the Yakuza. Like, there was a time when people would go trick-or-treat, and they started going to the Yakuza to, like, trick-or-treat. And, like, at first they were kind of like, what the hell is this? And then it became a community thing.
Oh my god.
Where the Yakuza would give you candy and shit.
I fucking love that.
And then they had to stop, I think, because the Yakuza were too positive.
That's an interesting thing that I've heard over the years. Like, it ebbs and flows, you know, depending on other social factors. But I have heard that, like, there have been times where to kind of change their image, like from brutality and being like looked down upon and kind of ousted and kind of keep their place and run their businesses, the Yakuza will get very communally involved and like help their local communities and be really like chill and nice. And so like the police and the government will have to like turn around and crack down on them again, because if they get too popular, that could be bad for the local government, because people might start enjoying the Yakuza more, and then that could potentially get Yakuza more directly in local government than I assume they already are.
Yeah. They're probably fairly... I don't exactly know the political thing with the Yakuza.
Not anymore. I know more about what was going on in, like, the 80s and shit, obviously.
Yeah. God, the freaking bubble. That is a thing I'd like to know more about.
It's so... I love researching the 80s bubble. Like, especially in regards to, like, anime, because that was just, like... So much weird shit got made because someone said, fuck it, I have the money.
Yeah.
I love hearing stories about it. Of just like, oh yeah, like there was I think it was Charlotte in Japan went to like a photo shoot at like a studio that specialized in like vintage 80s looks. And the photographers were from that time, and they would talk about, oh yeah, like my boss, I was a secretary, and my boss would like have to flag down a taxi with like a high, like whatever, 10,000 yen bill, 100,000 yen bill, whatever. Basically $100. If you didn't have $100, the taxis wouldn't stop for you, and they did that for their secretaries.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that, like, Yakuza 0 is kind of an interesting thing with that, because it's just, you're right there, and it's, with those games, they're so, like, really intricately made. Like, I don't know if you've actually been to Japan, but like I've been a couple of times, and like some of those neighborhoods are like uncanny, because like you walk through them, or if you've walked in that area, the game looks just like that.
Oh, that's nice. Oh good, I won't get lost. Yeah,
like there's some games that take place in Akihabara, and I was like, ugh, it was creepy. It was like, I've been here.
I remember this. Yeah.
That's the place that had that burger that was way too big to fit in your mouth.
No, tragically, I haven't been yet. I would like to soon, but...
Yeah, like, I don't want to assume, anything. I got lucky a few times.
Yeah.
Just, parents were like, yeah, you can go with some friends, have fun.
It's my financial situation is always like wrong place, wrong time. So whenever I have the time that I could take off to do it, I don't have the money. But if I have the money, I don't have the time.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
Yeah.
I went to a anime musical. That was an experience.
Oh, I want to go to one of those so bad. They look so goofy and fun.
They are. I almost got stabbed.
Oh, go on.
So, like in Bleach, there's that scene where what was his Aizen? Aizen and his like little like lieutenant are like, it's right before he betrays everybody, and she's singing about what a great guy he is, and then he stabs her mid-song. And I broke out laughing. And like the thing about this is like I was like the one guy there. This is before I like came out as non-binary. And like I just remember laughing and then stopping and seeing all these eyes turn toward me.
Oh no.
Just like, you know that anime stare where you're like, I'm about to die? Just all of those just around me.
You were that foreigner. For like 10 seconds, you were that foreigner.
Yep.
Oh my god. Amazing.
It was pretty good. I mean, they are goofy fun. I want to go see a Takarazuka review.
So bad. Oh my god. And see, that's part of my problem, right? For going to Japan is like, it has to be like at least 3 weeks, because I have to do Tokyo, sure. Gotta do Akiba, sure. But I need to get my ass down to Takarazuka, and that has to be its own fucking leg of the journey.
Yep. A friend of mine sending me a couple of Blu-rays from some of their recent shows because I really want to see them.
I love them so much. They're all so glamorous.
They really are. I saw the Sailor Moon musical with like the Tuxedo Mask, who was a former player of the Takarazuka Review. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's
like they were all so pretty, but the Tuxedo Mask was just like, you just got those anime bubbles. It was like, oh my god.
see, that's what I love about Takarazuka is the what is it, the Otoko Onna performers. They are so good at playing a romanticized ideal of a man that it is uncanny.
Yes.
Like, it is so fun to watch. It is so fun to watch they come on stage and they do their performance, and you can just see people that are into Takarazuka. It's like you can see the 16-year-old girl come out, and like every single YA romance dream is like happening for them simultaneously.
Yep.
For us older folks, it's like you got to meet Jareth from Labyrinth. You know, it's like he's there. You're living it. You're having a moment.
Which he seems like the only like cis dude who had that at one point.
I know. At least for cinema. I don't know about books, because I was a Goosebumps person. I was not a YA romance kid. By the time, I mean, obviously I did the whole Harry Potter thing. It was a worldwide phenomenon, whatever. Whatever.
You mean the movie? You mean the movie series that's played like every single holiday?
Oh God, I don't even.
I was like looking at it. I was like, it's Halloween, so Harry Potter. I'm like, it's November, Thanksgiving, so Harry Potter. It's Christmas, so Harry Potter. I'm like, are they gonna play this on Arbor Day?
Yeah, there's the Whomping Willow.
Okay.
Yep.
And then Indigenous People Day.
Not that one, because J.K. Rowling is bad and sucks. They got nothing for that holiday. Sorry, I'm gonna take a pot shot. If J.K. Rowling had any say, yes, because Cho Chang's there. Pot shot, poo, 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 poo.
God, I hate that woman.
I also very much dislike her. Would fight in a Waffle House parking lot.
I love that. I'm gonna steal that.
By all means.
There was like this picture of like Sanji and Zoro from One Piece, and like somebody was like saying, "Oh, somebody says they're a Hufflepuff."
I'm a Hufflepuff. That's, bless you. You know, it takes strength to admit that.
I have another story after this one. So like there was picture of Zoro and Sanji from One Piece, and it was above a story where somebody was talking about this guy who would get into a fight with the cook, and the cook would deliberately serve his eggs in a different way each time, other than the way he asked for.
Ooh.
And it was
like for real, like a real life.
Like it was like a Reddit post, and then like somebody just put the One Piece picture because it like really fit those characters.
That's appropriate. That's the dynamic between those two. Yes.
So like the other thing, speaking of houses, the one thing I really kind of came back to Harry Potter was Slytherin. So is it really realistic that if you're in Slytherin, you are like a wizard Nazi?
Oh no, not at all. The houses are bullshit, and also really creepy when you break it down, because it's like you are predisposing 11-year-olds to behave a certain way.
Yeah. Well, like I was thinking about it, it's like, so like there had to be like somebody in Slytherin who's like, hey, maybe we shouldn't be like racist. And then, by that logic, there should be somebody in like Gryffindor who's like, yeah, fuck mudbloods.
I mean, probably, but it's like that is shit even before she went down the weird turfy rabbit holes that like Rowling was never prepared to examine within her own setting. Also, I'll say it just for the sake of saying it. Yes, of course I tested Slytherin. Come on now. Of course.
I am.
If
I tested Slytherin. I was like, so I'm a wizard Nazi, I guess, which
no,
makes
we're
me
the
angry.
we're the cool house with snakes and shit.
Yeah, exactly. And why are snakes evil? Like, I don't love snakes, but they're not exactly like the worst.
Well, and that's the thing that also just kind of fucks it all up is the implication with the Sorting Hat is that it's based on what you really want. Like Harry Potter, all he wanted was not Slytherin, so it just gave him the second choice default, which was Gryffindor. So this kid had the capacity for both, and it's like a whole moral quandary. But if you follow the logic, I would have chose Slytherin when I was 11 because I just thought snakes were cool. And I would have just been like, Snake House, if you put me anywhere else, I'm going to kick your ass. Snake House. And then would have been really weirded out because now I'm surrounded by the bullies. And then
I think if you were in there, it would have been like Roadhouse, but with snakes.
Yeah.
It would have been like the Patrick Swayze thing.
I
like
would have
been the bullies.
Yeah,
like,
that around middle school was when I did start to do that. Yes.
You're like roundhouse kicking Draco in his face every time he like talks.
I mean, probably. I was a nightmare in middle school.
Like, that's the reason they're all ugly. Just that.
I kicked all of their faces in. Hooah! This is what you get for letting an American come to your British school. Hooah!
Like, Voldemort comes back, he has a perfect nose, you kick it off.
Hooah!
And they're just like, okay, we leave her in that room. Never to deal with it.
Leave me in the snake pit. Okay,
this would have been a better book.
It would have been a better book. Listen, people have already written better versions. Chuck Tingle wrote a better version of Harry Potter, and it's on my to-read list. Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. No, it's great. I'm excited. I'm excited to read it. I love Chuck Tingle.
What is the name?
Oh, God, let me see. I just know that Harry Potter is a trans woman in it, but let me look up the name for you. Chuck Tingle... Here we go. The title is Trans Wizard Harriet Porber and the Bad Boy Parasaurolophus, an adult romance novel.
Oh, man. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yes.
The one I remember was the, what was it? Something Giuseppe. And everything was, like, done in, like, faux Italian speak.
Oh, the bad accent.
Like, it's just like, something Giuseppe. Did you put your name in the gabagool of fire? And then there was, like, a fake thing where she, J.K. Rowling was like, please take this down. And they're like, no.
Never. Only when you stop being a weird bigot on the internet, you fucking weirdo. It's weird. We all think it's weird.
So, like, I've heard, like, not quite a defense, but, like, reasoning out why she's like she is. And it just boils down to some men were really awful to her. She doesn't understand what being trans is.
Well, sure. I mean, there's a lot of people that hold less than compassionate ideals because bad things have happened. I've seen people have weird racist takes because they got beat up by a minority group at really bad. And it's like, I mean, I'm sorry that happened. That sounds like a traumatic event. You should go talk to a professional about your trauma and not take it out on an entire group of people.
But to be also fair, like, has she ever met dudes around each other? Like, if you look at a girly thing, you're already on notice, let alone put on a dress. Like, if you look at a Barbie horse adventure game, they all, like, start laughing at you and beating you up. That's what it's like.
Oh, toxic masculinity is a prison and a hell. So yeah, I mean it is a whole bunch of other shit coming to roost, but like ultimately the goal, no one should have the goal of excuse. The goal should be education and compassion, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we went down a heavy path, which
It's
I apologize for.
yeah, it's anniversary stream. I get on weird heavy tangents all the time. I feel like I haven't had one on stream in a hot fucking minute. So this is very on brand. This is like classic cringe. It goes with my classic background.
Yeah, classic.
Classic.
So you were like in new cringe where like everybody hated you, and then you came back as cringe classic.
I could do that. I could do I don't know if anyone remembers this because I don't know how much people actually pay attention to like my first couple of videos, but I used to do a voice. For cringe.
Oh, what was it like?
Very nasally and difficult to keep up because I don't have the lung capacity to keep the nasally shit going, so I stopped.
Yeah, I need to probably do something more with Ashley so I don't sound as like masculine, but it will come.
It will come in time. Do as you like. I get all my voice acting energy out in like our TTRPG games we play. We have like a voice acting Discord Blades in the Dark game. So, where you like you play your character in character over voice.
That would be dope.
It is challenging. I've been challenged and I feel like I've improved my skill in doing it for like a year. So, that's exciting.
Yeah, I need to get more improv.
We do. We have one improv actor in the group, and every time they open their fucking mouth, it is just like this. This is terrifying. You are in an entire league above me. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, like I do like actual dub voice acting on occasion, and like I feel like I've hit a wall, and I really need that whole like, like make a character off the top of your head. Go.
Sure. I mean, I don't do that. I can't do that. I can barely do. I made an entire character to play in a setting for like a year. And soup. And I soup. Hello, soup has been brought to the stream.
Oh my god. So on Twitter, somebody just posted a picture of a Hello Kitty wearing like an Evangelion costume. I want it.
Oh no.
I want it.
Oh no.
I need it.
I'm terrified. I'm concerned.
I mean, it's cute.
Wait, can we have a link? I want to see it.
All right, hold on.
Listen, we didn't have 1 to 2 hours. This wrestling game is not going to take 1 to 2 hours to play.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be like fairly. I don't know. I don't know what to expect.
I don't know either. I just booted it up. Like I got clued in from another VTuber, slash Gallagher, who also like, first of all, VHS Ashley, please check their shit out. They are awesome and cool. Slash Gallagher, also fucking awesome and cool.
I will check them out.
Yeah, he's cool. He does a lot of weird, also kind of retro shit, and then like Warhammer.
Well, dang.
Yeah.
I need to do more weird stuff. Like I'm thinking, once I got a handle on everything, I'm just gonna like, I don't know about re-debut, but like Ashley 3.0 is just gonna be heavily Lynch inspired. Like I'm just gonna go full Twin Peaks.
Oh fuck yes.
Because I freaking love that. I just want to be Eric Andre weird.
Yes. I support this and second this idea. Please do this.
Just be all like, yeah. And now let's go to a picture of a pelican, then have like weird noise with a very weird picture of a pelican with like a microphone in front of it or something. I don't know yet.
Right.
I research this.
And it to you, it represents something, but to the viewer, it is entirely impenetrable. But it doesn't matter because you're David Lynch and fuck everybody else.
Exactly. What was it? I'm blanking on the name of his movie. The one where he says it's his most spiritual film.
Oh, the tractor one?
Not the tractor one. It's his first movie.
Oh shit. Blue
Eraserhead.
Velvet. Oh, Eraser.
Eraserhead.
Oh shit. God, I always forget that's David Lynch for no reason. Right?
So he says it's his most spiritual movie, and somebody asks him to elaborate, and he's just no,
No.
no.
No. God. I love it. See, I'm not as smart as David Lynch, so I'm not even going to say I aspire to create content or media on par with that, but I do want his no fucks given attitude as I walk through life. So bad.
I mean, I wouldn't even call him smart. I would call him creative.
Oh,
Because
sure,
like
yeah.
because like it's not like he's solving some sort of complex math problem. He's just like deciding that this thing represents this and fuck you if you don't understand it.
No, that's you're right. You're correct. It's more that he is so comfortable with himself and his ideas. He's willing to put them out there so bluntly. It doesn't matter if somebody else understands.
Mm-hmm.
So like the visual interpretation, all the like fucking metaphor and shit, it's just out there. Whereas I think a lot of people, especially a lot of creative types and artists, we're shamed into keeping our weird ideas to ourselves, where we're kind of tricked into making our art more marketable. And maybe I'm projecting, this maybe just be me, but I like
Yeah.
I feel like it's a common problem amongst artists to be like, oh no, I can't do that, it's too weird. I've literally had people tell me multiple times like, no, that's too weird. No one will get that. And I've had it happen. I've had the thing where it's like, fuck it, I'm putting it out there anyway. And yeah, no one cares. No one likes it because it's too weird. And it only makes sense to me.
And then other people, like, you're having conversations. This is me. And then you just drop this weird factoid. And it's just like, yeah, I don't understand. Like the times I meet actors and I'm like, ooh, I saw an anime that was funded and made by a cult. And like most people are like weirded out by me because they don't want to talk about cults.
Listen.
Like they think like they think it's they think I'm like celebrating it.
Right. I think that's a misconception that comes with, because I too also love researching cults, just like as a curiosity.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see what people can make other people believe, and like the sorts of people who kind of end up becoming victimized by it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's because there's a common misconception that it's stupid people, it's uneducated people that fall for cults, and that's horribly, tragically incorrect. And
actually, it's mostly smart people fall for cults, from what I've been seeing.
It's smart people that are like emotionally vulnerable. And I think people like to say, oh, it's a stupid person falls for that, a gullible person falls for that, because otherwise the truth is far more terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, like, freaking Om Shinrikyo, like, made biological agents from scratch and had a weapons division.
Yeah, weren't there people with like fucking PhDs in that one?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's the Colonial Dinadad one. I told you this story, but before we went on stream, they had a weapons manufacturing plant where they made guns.
No, too spoopy.
I'll tell you, stream this story. So, like, this cult leader who was like a former Nazi and had a thing for children, decided he was jealous, so he bussed all these kids out to go meet Santa, and they all gathered around a river, and then this old man dressed up as Santa came on down the river on a raft. The cult leader pulled a gun, shot the man. The man went underwater and like didn't come back up. I don't know if he actually killed the man or this was faked, but like essentially he turns to the kids and said, Santa is dead. The only holiday you're allowed to celebrate is my birthday.
God, that's so fucking terrifying.
it's terrifying, but also like that dark comedy aspect to it because it's so freaking evil.
Oh, do you know who I would love to see make a movie about this? This whole
Hmm.
cult? Taika Waititi.
Oh yeah,
Get
yeah,
give me that fucking Jojo Rabbit energy for this, and yeah, that scene would
yeah.
be horrible but hilarious.
I don't know if he could. So like this one deals with like pedophilia and a bunch of stuff.
You
So
you probably shouldn't. You probably actually should not talk about this cult. we don't need to. I don't know.
that said, it's kind of in his wheelhouse because this guy was a former Nazi. Like
Yeah.
seriously, this was like post World War II bullshit.
Oh sure, yeah. When they all the remnants all ran to South America and
Yeah.
thus gave us Helsing, and thus Helsing was born.
There's so many things about frickin' Nazis in Brazil and such. It's a trope, and then there's some on the moon and some on Hollow Earth.
Oh god, no. I don't fuck with that conspiracy theory shit.
Oh, I used to just because it was like interesting to me, but now it's like I can't bring it up in public because people will think I'm the wrong type of weirdo.
Right. There's people that have like it's circled around to where people like genuinely believe this shit again, and it
Yeah.
is so uncomfortable.
Yep. It's like I like magic and like cryptids and aliens and stuff, and then like it's like, yeah, that's what I like. And then the other people into these things are like, yeah, but QAnon's true, right? And I'm like,
No,
oh
it's not.
no.
At best, it is a Russian hacker or a group of Russian hackers playing a prank on all of you.
At best, it started as a 4chan prank that got grossly out of control and then became a Russian thing.
Yeah.
It's
It's like I kind of want to like a shirt or something that says, "Yeah, I'm into cryptozoology," and then there's like a Mothman on the back or something.
don't tempt them. They'll probably start investing in actual cryptids. They'll be like, "Yeah, man, have you invested in like Bigfoot,
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch? I got skunk ape, skunk ape."
I got Squatch coin. Have you put your money in Squatch coin yet? That's the way it is. That's the way you gotta go. Squatch coin.
God. Do you understand NFTs? Because I don't.
I do. That's the consort and I were joking about them the other day. That's why I made a tweet about them being DeviantArt adoptables for tech bros, which is basic. It's what they are.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right.
So
technically, don't you own the art for an adoptable? Technically,
yeah, that's kind of where the distinction comes in. But okay, so the kind of the tragedy of it is I because I'm into vaporwave and cyberpunk, I actually saw a lot of the NFT stuff before it became very, very mainstream. So I actually watched this go up and then down in flames in real time.
Oh no.
And so what was really sad is, the first thing I saw was someone that does like CG vaporwave art was talking about, hey, here's this website, this new platform where I'm going to be releasing limited edition art. And it was technically an NFT. What this whole website did was a bunch of digital artists, usually like CG people that could do animated things, would make pieces, and there would be a limited number of times you could purchase it. So it'd be like, here's my digital art I made. It's a cool palm tree spinning in a void, and there's only 100 of this thing, even though that's obviously not true. But if 100 people buy a token for it, you could display it in your gallery on the website, and once 100 tokens had been bought, you could no longer buy it. So it was kind of a false scarcity for digital art, but I understand the concept. It's you're getting the rush of having a limited edition piece that you can then display on your little gallery, and it was all contained to this one platform.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine to me. That's like, all right, whatever.
That doesn't make that makes more sense to what I've been seeing with these
Sure.
things.
So that's how it started. That's when I first started seeing it. And then immediately after, I saw people talking about the environmental impact, which is very serious and ultimately one of the major reasons why I think I hate these things. Is the electricity and power that is generated and used to like generate these tokens and farm for this Bitcoin and is like insane. It's over the top. It's bullshit. And I don't like it. And I think it's worth considering when you do anything crypto related. So I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, I have a little bit of crypto, but it like I didn't know about the environmental impact, and now I don't know if I want any more crypto.
I just didn't fuck with it because I'm just like, listen, this sounds a little scammy. And well, because
Yeah.
I immediately thought of the .com bubble from the 90s.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So I had a scheme that I wanted, if I eventually like blow up a little bit, I had a scheme. Analog NFTs.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what I will do is I will commission an artist to make me like a Ashley with no hair. And then you buy an analog NFT and I sketch hair onto it so it's one of a kind and then send it to you.
So you're selling people paper dolls.
Yes.
I love
analog
it.
NFTs.
I love this. It's so okay.
It's so kitschy.
I'll finish the NFT story and then I have a side to that. You described this perfect Brennan Lee Mulligan skit. There's a whole Brennan Lee Mulligan bit that's just what you described.
Oh no.
So basically right after that, and so I was like, oh, okay, these things aren't that great. That's a shame. It devolved quickly into like very blatant and shitty art theft where someone would post, here's my cool digital art I made that's a cover for my webcomic. And then someone would like generate an NFT token for it, like because they saw it on Twitter. And then some asshole would buy it and be like, I own this. And it's like, no, you don't. What are you fucking talking about? So I had a friend kind of describe it as, like someone comes up to you and says, hey, I own the Mona Lisa. And you go, what are you talking about? The Mona Lisa's hanging in the Louvre. And they go, no, come here. And they bring you into a shady ass broom closet, open it up, turn on the light, and point to a receipt on the wall that says they own the Mona Lisa. Alongside 10,000 other fucking receipts for the same damn thing.
Wow.
And that's basically it. And that's what it's devolved into, and it's just ridiculous. And it is some sort of teen girl digital pet thing, but for tech bros. And at least the fucking Neopets people had the decency to admit we were all playing with JPEGs on a website.
Yep.
So the Brennan Lee Mulligan skit. I don't know if you've seen his stuff where he pretends to be the CEO of a company.
Oh yeah, I think I have seen those.
Yeah, there's one.
About it's College Humor.
Yes.
Correct. Okay, yeah, I have seen those.
There's one where he's like an elderly hardware store owner, and it's like a local hardware store, and it's like
yes.
Right. And there's like the 20-something business major kid, and the owner is like really bummed out with the weird pop-out online store bullshit, and he just goes, well, what if we had a pop-up store that was all year round? And he's like, oh my god. And he's basically just describing a store, how a store functions.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, and he just goes, Grandpa, stop tricking me into inventing things that already exist.
Exactly. And so analog NFTs are the future.
I agree.
That is what we need.
Mm-hmm. I would love to like restart mailing list zines. like the old Star Trek Kirk and Spock fanzines that you had to like meet someone at a convention, get your name on a list, and then they shipped it to you via snail mail once a year.
It's all photocopied, so the quality is like different per issue.
Yes, I want to do that, but then like say it's some newfangled crypto thing.
I mean, they still have zines, except they're a little more professional.
They are. The zine subculture has just, I don't know. It's its own thing. It's evolved into its own thing. I, for one, miss the grody, punky old zines of yore.
Yeah, the ones that were like very punk rock and like looked like a serial killer made them.
Yes. It had like weird stuff. Like you could get like bizarro essays or like really like angry poetry from some very repressed queer person who's not allowed to like be themselves outside of Pride, you know? That really like raw angry shit that's like fun to experience through a zine.
We should do one. Just like if we hit like a certain subscriber thing, just do some random ass zine.
Some like terrifying ash can we make it Kinko's.
Yes.
I mean, I'm down. I like this. However, counterpoint, our branding is so VHS based. Would it not be like more on brand to send people VHS tapes of some horrible thing?
So my only counterpoint to that is VHS tapes are now expensive and hard to come by.
I know, I hate
we
it.
would have to like raid every single like Goodwill and buy a copy over other fucking movies.
I was just gonna ask, like, hang on, couldn't I just go to like a thrift shop and buy like Gone with the Wind for 25 cents and tape over it?
Yeah, you could. I mean, so like the VHS tape, there's that little square in the front. You have to tape over that in order to like get around the copy protection. So if you do that, yeah, you probably can.
I like it.
Maybe we should do that.
That sounds fun. That sounds fun and weird. 1 year. It is! 1 whole year, my sweet boy. Hello, Karai, welcome. We're mostly just chatting. We're just chatting about random weird shit.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. This is what I like doing anyway.
Me too. I can go on for hours just from topic to bizarre ass fucking topic.
Well, like most of the time, it's like I have to like freaking come up with a game and then try to like be interesting while playing it, and it's just so stressful. I'm just like, I just want to talk to you about, last night in Soho.
Well, see, that's why I have 2 different streams. I have like my morning streams, which is just that. And then I have the game stream at night, usually after I've like had some booze or more caffeine, and then I can be entertaining.
Yeah, I need to start doing stuff like that. That's like the plan somehow in the new year. Just, do something weird.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you could even do like a video or a stream of you creating Bizarro video content.
Yeah, I need to get on doing Bizarro video content. I have like 2, what am I going to call them? I guess meat bags, because, it's people I know in reality and they're not VTubers who are going to like do something with Ashley. And I'm going to be...
Would we call them non-tubers?
I call them meat bags or meat spacers or whatever.
Oh, meat spacers. I like that. Meat spacers.
It sounds slightly derogatory.
Or it also sounds like a cool 90s mutant.
Yeah, that's... man.
Tales from the meat space.
Meat space.
Meat space. Oh, Karai, you want to stop streaming games? Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I think as a lot of us folks that have been doing it for like basically 6 months plus and we're finding our footing, I think you're going to see a lot of older VTubers, especially indies, move away from games as they find what they're passionate about and like what sets them apart, for sure.
Yeah, I need to figure that out because I want to attract more audience. I want to do more.
Like have more interaction.
Yeah. It's just, it's hard because you have to stand out and there's like 30 different people at any given time. If not the thousands upon thousands.
Yeah, yes, and yet, I mean, I think you especially have such a very unique gimmick for your avatar. I think that part you're okay on. I wouldn't worry about that too much. It's Yeah, I think at that point it's definitely making the stream itself engaging.
Yeah, which I need to do more of. It's hard.
It's
It's
just
hard.
it's practice. You're right, it's hard. It's just practice though. It's just a muscle you're building.
But I don't have any of those in reality and Meat Space.
You do. You do. Oh, sorry, muscles. Sorry. That went brain. My brain malfunctioned real bad. I did not put the two subjects together.
We started to be a part of the glorified just chatting for a reason. It's the start of it. Yeah, chatting is fun. I have like I just commissioned a talk show set, which I want to do more of.
Ooh.
Just talk to people about certain things.
Sure, absolutely.
I had a friend who said like no one would want to watch that, and I think they're wrong because I think people.
Yeah, no. I want to watch that.
Well, like I was like telling him, it's like, yeah, I can teach people how to find anime figures on the cheap, and it's like no one really wants to do. I'm like, what, bro? People want to know how I do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, you can go to an anime con and buy a figure for like 150, and then you go online and find it for like 60 sometimes.
Oh God. Yeah, I need you to teach me your ways, because I'll look at these figures and I'm like, oh, $200. Hashtag one day. But it's like, if I could get it for 60, that's like, hello. That's reasonable.
It depends. That's like a very, very good, like a very ideal example. Sometimes it's like, if it's a very popular character, I'll be like, yeah, you could have bought it for like 70, but now it's 400.
I mean, I don't like popular characters, so that's not going to be a problem.
I once found like, okay, so there was this anime and it was like one of those like, oh yeah, look at all the girls doing stuff. And the entire gimmick was they all wore glasses.
Oh yeah.
It was like a magical, I wouldn't call them magical girl, but it was just like they have powers based on they all wear glasses.
Yeah, the Megane girl fetish.
It was called Gion Riders. That was it.
Oh, I think I've heard of that. That sounds familiar-ish. I like to keep up on the weird fetishy shows just out of amusement.
Yeah. So like I found a statue for like $15. It was crazy. And like, of course I'm gonna get a $15 anime statue.
Mm-hmm.
That's like that time I found Ranma 1/2 DVDs at like a gas station.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Ranma 1/2 DVDs were at a gas station once.
That's amazing. I'm assuming this is late 90s, early 2000s.
Closer to the 2010s.
What? Holy shit. Now, okay, that's
or
impressive.
Not like the early 2000s, but like closer to the 10s.
Okay. I mean, that's...
So like maybe 2006, 2008.
Damn. That's fascinating.
Yep. First sex shop I ever went to had a Vash the Stampede action figure.
Well, that's just a good sex shop then.
Yeah. It was like, yeah. And it also had a video. This always sticks in my mind. It was a video, and it was a foot fetish video. And like, it was a woman stepping into meat, and she was looking at the camera like, seriously? Is this seriously what you want?
Oh, no, I learned this recently. That's a subset of foot fetish, is the woman being completely and utterly disinterested or exasperated by the person that wants her to... Yes, it's a whole thing. It's like, I guess, it's kind of like, I guess, a tsundere fetish where, you want the girl to be bratty and mean to you.
Oh, God. So Jessica wants me to tell you about the Great American Challenge, which is a dildo I once saw that is...
Oh, yes! I've seen that one.
It's the size of an arm.
Yep. It sure is.
And the packaging is great because it's like, can you handle it?
Yeah.
The Great American Challenge!
Does it have like eagles and shit and American flags
yes,
on it? Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, so good. So hilarious. No, do not try the challenge. It is a joke gift. It is a novelty item. People that can take it are professionals that have worked for at least months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like those old school cartoon characters of the woman who has a voice like this
Oh
because
no, it's
she's
great.
awesome.
No, it's very funny. Definitely Google it in your own time. I definitely can't put that. We're not monetized, but I can get my streams taken down, so I'm not gonna show it.
Yeah, please
Uh,
don't.
my favorite sex store was obviously a place in Portland where that shit is always delightful. They
God.
it was very welcoming. I loved the vibe. Is it like took itself seriously? Like it I find my least favorite sex shops are the ones that like think what they're selling is grody, so they have a grody atmosphere. Whereas like the ideal sex shop are people that are sex positive and think what they're doing is like worthwhile.
Hmm.
So the place I really loved had a great DVD section, great toy section. It was like open and clean and nice. It was really big. Everyone was always super friendly. Lots of alternative people working the shop. And I would always go in there to buy vintage Playboys because those are fun to collect. I just like to collect old Playboys.
Yeah,
Um,
I get you.
and they,
Actually, I bought the one with what's her name from Twin Peaks?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shirley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Um,
yeah, Twin Peaks.
I mean, you got it, right?
Yeah.
I think anyone that's into like lewd stuff should own the Playboy from the year they were born.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. But I went in there once because they would always sell the old stuff in like 3 packs at a discount because people just bring them in and sell them used. And someone was playing the Lonely Island's "I'm on a Boat" through the loudspeaker. And I was
Hmm.
with my roommate at the time, and we just kind of absentmindedly started like under our breath, like singing, like "I'm on a boat, I'm on a boat," and we're near the front, and the whole like there's like 2 or 3 people working the counter. We all start singing "I'm on a boat."
Man. I love Lonely Island.
I love that. Just please picture like 2 weird alternative 20 somethings and then like 3 sex shop workers belting "Lonely Island's I'm on a Boat" in the middle of a very large adult shop.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds like something that would happen.
Yeah, it did. It was great. Treasured memory, honestly.
Trying to think of any treasured memories I have of anything. Not really coming to me at the moment, besides, the time I almost got stabbed at an anime. Beautiful. Uh, the time I saw a 1/1 scale saber in an anime store and it was marked used, and I was like, no, thank you.
um okay, the way you don't scare people is you say pre-owned. Pre-owned, not
Yeah,
used.
it was used.
No.
And it was like a saber, and I was like, man, should I?
Did you ask at least like what was how was it used?
I did not. I should have. It was like in a glass case. It was like 1/1 scale. And like I have ball jointed dolls and stuff, and I don't do creepy stuff with it, but at the same time it's like you have something that large, people are going to wonder.
Mhm.
People already do weird things with dolls. It's kind of the
Oh, I know.
Oh! Oh, I have a on-brand Halloween story. The
Oh.
scariest haunted house I went to in Japan.
Ooh, wait, okay, really quick. Like haunted like haunt event with actors or like supposedly actually haunted?
I wish it was the latter. It's closer to the former, but
Okay.
no actors.
Okay.
So it
Go
was
on.
called the Room of the Living Doll.
Oh no.
And so you go into so the beginning of the room, you go through this cave like thing, and it's dripping water. They make it look very dank and cave like. And then you enter this room. It's a table with 4 chairs around it and headphones for each chair. At the
Okay.
front, on the walls, there's dolls, just dolls facing the table on all of the walls. And then in the front, there is one person-sized doll.
No, already. No, I hit my whole ass mic flailing. How much I hate that. Please go on.
Okay, so you get like oh no, I'm not going to tell you the story about you playing Drunken Jenga. That's sad.
No.
So getting back to the haunted house. So it was you have like a park. This was at Sega Joypolis. And you have like this person come in, they explain, this is how the ride's gonna work. Nothing in this room except the doll at the front's gonna move. And if you have any trouble at all, don't jump up and run because the room's gonna be pitch black. Just yell "Dame," which means, stop essentially, and we'll stop the ride and come get you. So after he leaves, you put on your headphones and the room goes pitch black. And the story is this. This woman has lost her daughter and she is now trying to resurrect her, but she needs like parts from people to make it work. So as you are like, you basically hear this woman walk around the table and it's pitch black. You can't see anything. And she's like talking to each person and killing them around you. So like it will spray you with water, like warm water.
Oh, I
when
see.
she puts the person in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And like at one point she pulls the chair back and whispers in your ear. And like you could feel the breath on your ear.
Oh God.
It was like, I don't know if it was just in my head, but I felt her freaking breath when she pulled that chair back. And the chairs are motorized, so they pull back. And it like sprays. You hear people like screaming around you and stuff, but you cannot see a single thing. Then you get to see the doll start to reanimate, and all the dolls in the walls, eyes start glowing. And the doll in front is starting to glow more and shake and kind of reanimate. And that's the ride!
Oh my God. I'd be so freaked out.
Yeah, it was freaky. But like, like most haunted houses, there's the loud noises. There's somebody with like I worked in a haunted house.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I know a lot of the tricks.
Right.
But this was like all in your head. 100% in your head with like some things to augment it, like the chair and the water and the headphones. But like, it wasn't like, ooh, spooky thing jumps out at you. It was mostly, yeah, that thing over there is going to shake a lot and you're going to hear like a woman kill all your friends.
Yeah, I'm with Karai. I'd be scared for my life. I'd just be,
Yeah.
We, I guess my funnest Halloween story, psychological is like honestly kind of worse because your brain does the work for you. Mm-hmm. I guess this is more funny.
Oh yeah. I have some funny stories when I worked at a haunted house. I'll share those later.
Please. I love haunt stories. I haven't been to many haunts, and then a couple of years ago, my friends and I all rented like a cabin kind of out in the boonies, but it was close enough to a bigger city that had a haunt, and we're like, okay, we'll go stay for Halloween.
Did you kill Bruce Campbell?
No, but we walked in and it was like, like a cute farm cabin, and there was rusty farm equipment, including like razors and shit on the wall, and we were like, all right, this is where we die.
Wow.
it was trying to be the like country chic aesthetic, but like there's a whole upper wall that's just like rusty scythes and saw blades, and we're just like, this is not cute. But it's suitable for Halloween, so haha. And where we lived at the time, marijuana was legal.
Okay.
So, everyone brought their stash. My friends were coming from out of town where they had like a 420 bakery, so they brought like a whole ass cake that was medicated. They brought donuts that were medicated. I brought edibles. Like everyone, like we made a bong out of a pumpkin. It was hedonistic delights.
Oh man.
So I didn't think about it too hard, probably because I was low-key stoned for 4 days straight. But it's like, oh, okay, we're gonna go do the haunt, and I do more edibles.
Oh no.
I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think. So we go to the haunt, and of course there's signs everywhere. They're like, you can't come in if you're intoxicated. You can't be drunk here. You have to be sober. And I'm just like stoned, so I'm trying to play it really cool. So I'm just like, it's cool. I'm cool. But I'm like, I'm really stoned. Like, not laughing or anything, just following my friends, really silent, really quiet, because obviously I got in and I did the damn haunt, but I'm just like looking at this sign like, oh shit, that is not me right now. Yeah. I broke the rules. I'm a lawbreaker. I'm a rebellious child. So we're doing the haunt, and first of all, I think they went a little above and beyond, because one of the first like jump scares is like an actual flashbang.
Oh no.
So your like ears are ringing and you're really disoriented right out of the gate, which I don't think they should have done. That might have caused permanent damage.
Yeah.
But after that, it was like a really good haunt. The rooms are really creative. Everything's actually really spooky. But the whole time, it is just like amping you up and scaring you repeatedly. So like by the time we get out, I am so paranoid from the weed and like shook up that like the last scare in this place is you go through like, you know, like those big plastic curtains like for a slaughterhouse, and someone starts running at you from behind with a chainsaw. And I just push my husband and all of my beloved friends out of my way. And I just go, like, as loud as possible, just nope, and just bolt. So, that is secretly I am revealed. My stoned self was just abandoning everyone. Die.
Well, you're the final girl, obviously.
Apparently. I was having none of that. And then I just had to like fucking lay down on the couch for the rest of the night because I was so wrecked. Do not do weed and do a haunt, gang. It is awful.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
I didn't think about it and I made such a mistake, but it makes for a funny story, so.
So, like, I worked at a haunted house in one of the Six Flags locations.
Ooh, okay.
And, like, the thing you understand pretty quick is, like, if you mess with somebody in a haunted house, that word travels quick and you are put on, like, a list.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We had tallies of people we made piss themselves. Somebody got somebody to shit themselves once.
Wow.
My favorite moment was one time, I think I gave a kid a shock that he would need therapy for the rest of his life.
Uh-huh.
So, like, I'm in a location and this, like, kid who can't be more than, like, 8 sees me and starts laughing. And right beside him is his mom. So, like, I have a bone in my hand, like a human fake bone. This kid walks by, I take the bone, and I slam it right behind where his head is. Not hitting him, but just, you know, close enough that he realizes it's behind his head.
Right.
The kid goes down and starts crying.
Oh, R.I.P.
And then his mom points and laughs at him.
Oh no, that's mean.
His mom completely like just starts laughing at this kid. And like I'm just sitting there like, oh my god.
You have fucked this kid's life.
Like this kid just looked like everyone betrayed him.
See, listen, he's not going to need therapy for your scare. He's going to need therapy for the betrayal from his parent.
That's what I mean.
Oh god.
Like it wouldn't have I would have felt bad if not for his mom laughing at him. Because his mom was like, fuck this kid.
Fuck them kids. Well, that's interesting you mentioned that, because I've noticed that's like a bit of, not like discourse in like the negative like you see on Twitter, but like that's a conversation I'm seeing on TikTok this year from haunt actors having the discussion of like, how do you handle kids? How do you handle kids of like specific age groups when like they don't want to be there, but like the parent brought them? And I thought that's been, that's been a really interesting conversation to see back and forth.
So like, I could not tell if this kid wanted to be there or not, because when I say he was laughing at me, it didn't look like he was nervous laughing, because I laugh when I'm nervous.
Oh, sure.
It was like he was just like, this is stupid. Ha 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 ha.
Right. He doesn't think anything bad could happen, and you just gave him a very valuable life lesson.
Yep. I mean, like, another time I had this, like, it was a piano, and like where I was across the room and I'd stand on this thing, and it was like it was like a hydraulic where like I stand on it and then it would eventually open up and this monster would pop out.
Ooh.
So this one guy was like, again, laughing and just being dumb. And I think I was just tired at this point. So he steps toward the piano, and like, because I would like make it jump up and down. I didn't want to just like, occasionally step on it and like make the monster jump out. I would like make it look like it was kind of shaking.
Mm-hmm.
This guy gets close to it, pointing at us, like looking down at it to try to figure it out. So I just stand fully on the pedal, and it opens up and the monster just hits him in the face. And it wasn't hard. He didn't look hurt. He just looked like, what?
Oh, sure. Yeah, just a gentle bonk that startles.
Yeah, I mean, like, in retrospect, I was kind of an asshole, but
But yeah, no, Karai says, he's been to one of those and didn't want to be there and it wasn't cool. And I agree.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to be there, it's very clear if you're kind of, but if you're like being kind of for lack of a better term, a dick.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you're being an asshole, the actors will fuck with you. Honestly, I've heard stories of haunt actors, like if you actually just tell them, please don't, I'm really freaked out, they'll actually leave you alone. And maybe like, I've heard of some haunts where they'll actually just guide you on an easier path. Like, here's the path with less scares. It just has cobwebs.
Yeah. One of the people I worked with, like before I actually, God, that job has a lot of stories.
Oh yeah, like haunt stories are the best. I've never worked haunts, like I said, haven't been to a lot, but I'm enamored with haunt actors and like the behind the scenes of haunts.
So like, this was like before I quit acting the first time, and like, so I was just out of high school. My friend's like an actor, and so we said, let's just go for a Halloween job. I immediately kind of fail out of it because like they had one of those like corporate, like things they have you sign, like, do you think we should care if you do drugs on the weekend? Like, no. I knew like, yeah, you shouldn't, it's my time. I wasn't doing drugs or anything, but I was just like, I don't think a company should care what you do with your time. So I put, no, you shouldn't. And they were like, yeah, we can't hire you. Flash forward to a week later. And like my friend who went to the audition and everything didn't get hired. But they called me to hire me.
What the
Even though like he didn't get a job. And he went to go do all the zombie auditions and stuff. And they were like, yeah, we don't want you. And then with me, they were like, yeah, the guy who couldn't make it through the drug test. Yeah, we want you. And it's like, okay. And at first first they were like, hey, do you want to like work with kids? And I'm like, not really. And they're like, okay, we'll put you in a normal haunted house. But like in retrospect, they were going to let the guy who was like, yeah, fuck drugs. I don't care. Let's do drugs. They were gonna put him with the kids.
Bro, you had the fucking like whole ass Carney experience.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh god.
So like before I started working, they had you go through one of the haunted houses, and this one actor, who I think is the greatest haunt actor I've ever met. Like I just like, oh yeah, I see him there. And I went through most of the haunted house. And he was like clearly part of a section. I think it was a time travel theme one. So he's like a skeleton from like the Middle Ages. This
Okay.
guy didn't followed me through the haunted house like into the future. And when I first saw him, I wasn't scared. But then I turn around and see him in the future. He followed me to get that scare.
Ooh.
Like followed me a full like maybe 5 minutes of just like, yeah, I'm gonna follow this guy. I'm gonna get him. That's commitment.
Yeah. That is
That's
fucking
commitment.
spooky.
Yeah.
Cry
You
dear,
know, like
it's a corporation, they never make sense. That's the point. They don't make
yeah.
sense so that they can hurt people and make money.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. It was,
welcome to the anti-capitalist Halloween stream.
that's every stream.
It's
That's
true.
every stream I'm on.
That's also every stream that I'm on.
I mean,
Oh,
like everybody's like, you hate capitalism, so you hate things. No, I like things. I don't like companies that murder people and stuff with their methods.
yeah, I like stuff. I'm a filthy little materialist, but like I can't afford stuff because the system is bad. So fuck the system.
Yeah, and you know this.
ContraPoints has a really good video. I think it's the Opulence video where it talks
Oh
about
yeah,
that.
ContraPoints. I love her, but there's so much stuff with her.
Oh,
It's
sure.
cancel culture, if you consider it existing, is a weird, weird thing.
Oh god. Yes, and yet her video on it is so fascinating, and I think like
Yeah,
academically it needs to exist for future generations to understand what the internet is now.
yeah. I would also say that if you want a more emotional kind of version of that, the Lindsay Ellis cancel
Oh my
culture
god.
video.
Oh my god.
That
Oh.
it is such a raw emotional deal, and you get to kind of you don't get everything, but you kind of get glimpses of things where it's just like, this is why this is false. It's none of your business, but
It's I think the importance of that video, it's like if someone tells me I don't care for Lindsay Ellis's content, it's like, okay, cool, that's an opinion, whatever. I think what that video really just solidified and hammered home is it's like, okay, everyone stop. This is a human. These are fucking people. And
yep.
it's okay if you are upset, but you have got to manage your own goddamn emotions and not take that out on a stranger. That's so fucking weird that that's just a thing that is common and we do now.
And another thing it solidified was like, there are people who are hurt and deserve, an answer for stuff. But then you have a non-zero group of people who use it to weaponize against somebody they don't like.
Yes. Yes.
And like it just screws it up for the things that should be canceled. Like people who do things like Weinstein and such people who
People are
admittedly
out
are
there
never,
actually like doing harm from a position of power.
not because you misspeak or say something that out of context looks bad.
Sure. Well, because
It, it
I remember, my friend sent me that tweet out of context and was like, "Oh, look what happened. Here's the deal." And the way they explained it, it was very, very bad. And I'm like, "Oh man, that's a shame. Bummer. I like her
yeah.
shit." And then kind of moved on with my day. And then her video came out and I watched it. I'm like, "Oh my god, that is such a lukewarm bitch baby bullshit tweet. Who gives a fuck? Move
Yeah.
on."
And, like I was talking to somebody about it too. Like Disney has a habit A lot of companies have a habit of this. Like, they do these things to appeal not to Chinese people, but the Chinese government.
Oh, sure, because that's where the fucking money is. That's where the
Exactly.
box office is.
And it just feels so hollow, and it's never like anything thoughtful because, if it's too thoughtful, they won't like it.
Hmm.
But like, like Mulan is a great example. Like if you watch some people talk about the things of Mulan that live action got wrong and the stuff they changed to kind of try to sell it to people who wanted more accuracy, it just didn't work.
Hmm.
It wasn't even accurate in places. They claim it was like I think the one I remember is like they were like, yeah, it was like the buildings were from South China when they should have been in North China.
Okay.
It was or vice versa. It was something like that, but it's like they do all these there's no heart in it. And like you can appeal to a different culture, but first of all, you need people from that culture to kind of get the heart in it.
Mm.
But you need heart, you
Authenticity.
know?
You need earnestness. Like it's
Yeah.
something the consort and I talk about a lot because we're both creators. We do creative work, and so when we're having more like big brain wrinkle hours, talking about shit like this, it's like people can really tell when something's disingenuous.
Yeah.
Like it's honestly what I think sets apart. I use the first season of Love Live as a really good example. The
I
first
can see
season
that.
of Love Live comes across as so fucking earnest compared to other idol shows.
Yeah. God. I remember showing that first season to a friend of mine or friends of mine, and they were at first they thought I was creepy because I really liked Nico.
Aww.
Because, like Nico's the Lolita character, and it's just like that's not why I like her, but
Oh, oh, I know. Speaking of, I know why I'm gonna get canceled.
hmm?
Do you want to know what my 6 months the research project has been on?
What?
Lolly Complex.
Oh, I'm so
I
sorry.
know, I'm gonna get completely fucking roasted.
Like what aspects?
All of it. All like
Hmm.
where it comes from, why it exists, why it persists, why it's popular. Like,
I have a podcast for you then.
please, I love and accept all research materials because, dude, I have made some fascinating, like, I'm not gonna say discoveries, but like interesting ties and like crossovers, like economically and like gender roles, and how like it ties into post-war World War II capitalism and marketing.
I want to read this research project, but there's a podcast called the Lolita Podcast, and it's about the novel.
Oh, okay. That's a whole
And
ass different thing.
kind of because like it talks about the culture, the movies, and the novel like around it, like how like everybody considers it this great love story, and it's actually
It's not.
about it's not.
It's super not. The book is fucking creepy. The main character is the villain. What?
Yep. And
Who's?
how like it goes into that pretty explicitly and talks about like the people who played Lolita, the movie culture around Lolita. It has like a part talking about Kubrick and how he treated his actresses, and like it is so in depth and like just around like how many people are like it talks about what's that pop star who really loves Lolita. God, what is her
Oh,
freaking
is it
name?
Melanie Martinez?
No, no, no,
Okay.
no, no.
The that one with the diaper fetish? No. Um.
No, it was doing a freaking vocal fry. God, what Lana Del Rey.
Really? Really? Oh wait, no. Actually, thinking about her music videos, I can totally see that. Actually.
No, she is like hard into like the Lolita as like a love story mechanic.
That's so fucking weird.
Yeah, it goes into that. Like, I recommend it because, like, while the novel is probably not as related to it, it does talk about a lot of stuff that would tie into the Lolita complex.
Okay. All right. It's well, so kind of the tragedy I've learned is that
Oh, she straight up name drops it.
I mean,
According to Jessica.
I don't listen to a lot of Lana Del Rey, if I'm being honest. I know the big hits, but
you want to know what I would describe her music as? Imagine the most epic orchestra, instrumentals, and then somebody who is completely bored singing along.
yeah.
Every Lana Del Rey song.
I mean, I think the perfect description of Lana Del Rey is actually a song title of hers, which is Summertime Sadness. That's it. That's the whole that's the mood. Well, so what's interesting to me is in a lot of like fandom spaces, less so now. Definitely less so now post Moe boom of like the early 2000s. So I guess I'm talking a little bit about my research. And yes, Kurai, I went that far. I've read papers published by Duke University on the subject.
Oh my god.
I read the Moe Manifesto. I've read books, I've read research papers. It has been my obsession because, and it all started, I'll tell you how I started on this. Because I got so fucking tired of people on Twitter equating someone with an anime avatar to being into the P word. To being a pedo. I got so fucking sick of seeing that take as like a condemnation of anime fans in general. Like we were saying earlier, oh, Pretty Cure, you must like tentacles. I'm tired of it. So I want to understand why this happens in the media culture itself so that I can talk about it in an informed, intelligent manner so that anytime someone says that, I can be like, no, I did the research. No, shut up.
So a lot of it probably has to do with like Japanese otaku culture also, which is
partially. It's like this weird, it's a whole ass thing. And listen, Jessica, if you've not read that book yet, read it. It is fascinating. It is integral to understanding not just the Moe boom of the early 2000s, but it has a lot of really good information about otaku culture from the 80s as well. Originally, Lolicon, they took the loan word, but it didn't mean what the Western book meant. They kind of took the word without understanding the association originally.
Yeah.
Read it multiple times. Nice. Good. It's a great read. I love that dude, Patrick Gilbraith. I think he does a really good job of translating Japanese to help keep the original intent of what the person speaking is saying, which can be a real problem when translating Japanese. But I like his translations a lot. They feel very authentic.
Speaking of, Jessica, you and Crynge would definitely get along. You have the same aesthetic.
It sounds like already this is happening. I'm loving this conversation. But so like early in like fanzines, what it was just dudes like idolizing cute girl characters, and there's this fascinating subset of it that is a bunch of dudes not wanting to objectify or sexualize. They want to be these girls.
I can believe that.
It is fascinating and is so much more complicated, especially earlier stuff. I think newer stuff, obviously, with stuff like the Nico characters and like Eromanga Sensei, like that's obviously gone way past anything so, like, interesting.
Nico just strikes me. Nico like strikes me as like a. She understands capitalism.
She does. She's terrifying. She's not my favorite, but I respect her.
Because it's just like she understands what it is people want and just leans into it.
Absolutely. Well, she's an interesting person to put in an idol show like that because she basically calls out the what's the word I'm looking for? Transactional relationship between idols and their fans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of idol, like the alternative idol scene is interesting.
Oh, it's fascinating and I love it.
Like brand new idol society was like really interesting because they were like marketed as the idols you can touch, which sounds like objectifying, but considering idols are supposed to be pure, chaste, never
Untouchable.
touched.
Yeah, untouchable, period. That's
Yeah,
part of the appeal.
like this was an idol group who did a photo shoot in a nudist magazine.
Good for them.
Yeah, it wasn't sexualized or anything. It was just, hey, we're hanging out nude, and it's like any other group. Well, for one thing, it would be children, but like even like adults, like you would not do that. And the
No.
alternative idol scene is just interesting because it's just a big fuck you to this culture that is just very misogynistic.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's again, I'm fascinated by idol culture and simultaneously repulsed to where like I cannot get into real life idols. I can enjoy idol anime because that's fiction and they aren't real. But like,
Uh Morning Musume is pretty positive.
oh
I
okay,
was
that's
into them
good.
a little bit. They seem a little more like, yeah, you shouldn't be you can be they protect their girls. Like if we're talking about like AKB, that's the one that gets really kind of
That's
creepy.
yeah, that's the one that's like literally treating people as property.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. There is a wrestler who was an idol. And like she's like the idol wrestler.
Oh,
And
is she the gal that pairs up with Ladybeard?
I don't know. No, no, no. I know who
Okay.
you're talking about. You're talking about Deadlift Idol.
Yeah. Her
No,
arms
this
are
is
my goals. I'll get there someday. I want to look like her.
yeah,
Literally
yeah.
just want to look
She's
like
great.
her.
She's great. No, this is Maki Ito, and she's basically Nico. Like if I sit, let me see if I can find a picture of her real fast. She flicks people off, and she like does everything to kind of be this badass idol girl.
Hmm.
And like, yeah, like, let me see if I can find something. Like, I'll send you a video on her sometime.
Please.
Because she was like an actual idol, and she kind of was like unpopular, and then she just decided I'm gonna be a wrestler,
Fuck yeah.
and like she's made it in America. She's done all this stuff, and it's just like inspiring.
Nice. Very cool. Well, see, so Jessica talks about like transactional stuff carrying over from idol culture, and that's absolutely true. However, I will say taking like Instax pics and like little snapshots with your favorite people, that makes sense to me because we often do the same thing at comic conventions and stuff
Yeah.
with celebrities. That's like a normal level of interaction is just like getting a quick snapshot, but that's about my cutoff, if I'm being honest.
So I can't really find a picture of her like her with her spiked bat, but here's Maki Ito in chat,
I'm so sad.
like
I
her
love spike
Twitter.
bats. Spike bats would be my like soul eater soul weapon.
Yeah. And like all her fan art is her giving the bird to people.
Freaking goals. I want all my fan art to be rude. Oh, it's
Yeah.
delightful.
But yeah, like idol culture is just interesting. Like that is
Oh,
another
in
can
this
of
chat.
worms.
Oh, in this chat. No, not that chat. We're in chat.
So like I'm trying to think. Because like our pop stars are like you everybody wants them to fuck, more or less. Like look what happened to Britney
Oh
Spears.
god, yeah. Poor thing.
Exactly. And then, like over there, it's like you have to be almost like chaste and Jesus like,
Mm-hmm.
ethereal.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the exact opposite if you look at each culture, because like here, maybe we don't want them to like. Hello.
Hi. Hello. Oh no.
I thought it was like disconnecting or something.
I think you roboted a bit, but you go on.
So like you have like these here you probably don't want them to be as like sexified here. And then over there it's like the other direction.
Right.
Like maybe you don't want them sexified, but you want them to be people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of just interesting to look at the different dynamics in pop culture in that sense.
It is,
That's
and
my thought on
oh
it.
no, I think so, and I think it's worth looking at the comparison and contrast of like not just pop star idol culture between the States and Japan, but also celebrity culture as well, and because I think it's useful because I think it kind of ties into how and I might be talking out of my ass, but I'm pretty sure like the sexual revolution came to Japan much, much later. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't have as much of that cultural impact yet. Whereas ours was like, what, in the 60s, 70s? So there's been fucking like a whole ass generation that we can see the ramifications of. And obviously, like, sexism is still fucking around, misogyny is still a problem, but
Yeah.
it allows for more open expressions of sexuality, even if it's meant for the male gaze. It's like there's not this need to be the perfect Yamato Nadeshiko Japanese housewife ideal, right? Like,
Right.
Britney Spears can just have her ass out and that's her damn business.
Exactly. I mean, it, it's just such a conversation that
Oh, it's
like
so huge, and it's like I said 6 month research project for my thing, but it's like God, it's gonna be it's so much. There's so much. It's a
yeah,
lot.
like I don't envy that paper. I mean, that is sounds
I
oof.
it's so much, and yet it's so fascinating. I'm
Oh, it is.
consumed. I'm consumed.
Publish that shit.
I'm
Publish it.
I mean, I might. I think it'll simultaneously be the thing that gets me canceled, but it'll also be like the magnum opus of cringe after dark.
I mean, like, why would it get you canceled though?
Because anyone that does not immediately condemn anything involving CP or anything like that, if you don't just say it's bad, never look at it, don't think about it, you're immediately part of the problem. Like, we can't have intelligent conversations about it in any context, even if it's fictional. And I really hate that also. I really hate that also. I don't think that's useful.
I think there is a conversation to be had. I don't like it, but that, you know.
No, it's fucking grody and terrible, and it's terrible that it happens in real life, but I think shutting it down and just doing hear no, speak no, see no, it's
worse.
It's worse.
It puts people in the shadows where you
Yes.
kind of wish you could see what they were up to.
That, and I think to an extent, and I hesitate to say this as like a fact, it's a theory I have that it might create shame in victims, potentially. Yeah. I worry about that. There's also something in tangentially related that I found very horrific, the implications of. When I was doing research for this, I found there was a case in Australia where they were trying, I think this is where you get that meme of like the one fear getting rid of Simpsons porn. I think this is where this comes from. Because they were trying to get rid of porn of The Simpsons in Australia on the internet because some of the images involved the kids. And the ruling disturbed me because it gave more rights to a fictional cartoon child than it did to a real human victim.
Jesus.
It was basically saying this drawn image has more rights and is more capable of being seen as a harmed thing than you, real person. And I just thought that was the most horrific thing I read all day.
Yeah, that is terrifying.
So I think when you get stuff like that, it's why we need to have the conversation about upsetting things in fiction, about upsetting subject matter in the realm of fiction. I think that's why you need to have the hard conversations. But it's like obviously if someone's harmed by that or has experience by that or it's triggering, it's like, then don't engage.
Yeah.
Please don't engage. Please take care of yourself.
But everybody wants to be in the conversation,
Yes.
so they start.
So they force it, and then they hurt themselves and others. And it's just like, please.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but
Sure.
yeah.
It's something that generates strong feelings.
I don't even know if I'm equipped to like discuss everything about it, but like it's just, I mean, it's a big part of the anime kind of conversation, and
Yep.
it's really hard to exist in this space and not address it
Oh yeah.
to some extent.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what set me down the path. That's what set me researching this. Is it's like, it's here. I'm not gonna ignore it. I'm not gonna ignore that Eromanga Sensei exists and that what's her butt from Dragon Maid is a thing. Like,
Yeah, or people, God, there's so like a really interesting one is like somebody was talking about card captor Sakura the other day and the amount of like adults who are with children in that. Like there's a teacher who
oh
admits
god,
to
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah, and then, like, it's cute and innocent because it's not sexualized, I guess, but at the same time, it is very creepy when you're like an adult looking back.
Which, and that's an interesting example, right? Because it's not something that doesn't happen. Kids get crushes on their teachers, and obviously it's on the teacher to rebuff that and be like, hey, no, that's cute, please stop. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's unusual for those feelings to happen in kids, especially like middle school, high school, when you're developing like hormones. So to me, Cardcaptor, how it always read, was like a nostalgia for that youthful feeling.
But I think the teacher reciprocates it.
I think it does, but I think it's supposed to be this like weird romanticized version. So it's like how it read to me, and someone can completely argue and tell me I'm off base, but for Clamp, it was a bunch of women got together and they said, hey, remember when we thought Sensei so-and-so was so handsome? What if we actually got to marry that guy? And they're kind of like living out these adolescent fantasies in a manga that is meant for young girls to have, like, that are now currently feeling these feelings, to like have an outlet.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they wouldn't, I don't know. It's interesting. That one is such an interesting case.
But like there's more. Like my favorite one, another Clamp series, Tokyo Babylon. Like the differences in age between Subaru and Seishiro. It's hard to go like, well, that's okay, because like I think he meets him when he's 6.
Yeah, but
he's a young teenager, and he's like a working adult in the main story.
Sure. And so when I read Tokyo Babylon in high school and I saw the very questionable OAV, I was into that. I liked that. That appealed to me.
Yeah.
And now I'm an adult and I'm like, no thanks. So it's like, is it meant to just be something you experience and enjoy when you're younger and then you can't go back to, much like youth itself?
Maybe, but like, this is my controversial, I'm gonna get canceled take, but
this is what we're doing tonight. Listen, we went heavy again.
I still consider Tokyo Babylon to be one of like my favorite love stories, even though it's a tragic one.
Sure.
The age difference is just the kind of weird part.
Right. And I think that's person to person. I say as a generalization, you grow up and you look back and you're like, actually, that's kind of weird. No, thank you. If someone tells me like you just said, like, I actually like it, it's like, yeah, fine, whatever.
Yeah, but you tell the wrong person that, they're like, "You're a weirdo."
I know, and I hate that. I don't associate with people that do that because I'm like, boy, it is a book. Son, child, baby, honey, it's a book. It ain't gonna bite
They
you.
say they say it's you're a weirdo, and then immediately go back to Arrow Manga Sensei, which is okay in their book.
No, that's such a weird one. I'm kind of fascinated by that show because it's so I don't understand it, and I'm trying to.
I'm trying to remember, like, there is like a infamous like Lolita manga that even almost got like an official release over here before people were like throwing up in anger. Sensei no Ojikan, I think it
Oh,
was.
no. Let's Google it.
It's not quite as bad as like Boko no Pico, which is like a meme at this point.
I mean, that's its own whole ass thing. Um, hey, listen, Blanky Cat, My Little Ponies for Everyone. I love that show. The new movie was delightful, if a little confused. Doki Doki School Hours?
No, that's not it. Sensei, I'm looking.
Oh, it just says Kodomo no Jikan?
I think that's it. I think that's it.
Oh, yep, I remember you. I've seen you around.
Yep, that almost got released here, and it was like a huge. It's like one of the really bad ones.
Yeah.
I speak like I know from experience. I know enough, and I steer clear.
I popped it into Google and I can tell. I popped it. I'm on Google image search and I'm like, all right, gang.
Your
let's
Google
fucking...
image search is probably cursed now.
Oh, it's been cursed for a while.
Yeah.
I look up the weirdest shit. Like, do you know May Leets, Nick Spheres?
I don't think so.
Oh, you would love her content. It's great. She does disturbing movie tier lists, and whenever I don't know what a movie is, I Google it.
Yeah. I remember there's this guy, I think it was the Anime Man, don't read this manga. It's the most messed up manga. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to read it. I actually enjoyed it and it wasn't that bad.
Is that the one where it's the lolly girls in the prison?
No, I think that's the fake one. You talking about like, it was like an anime that supposedly happened and it was like girls killing each other.
Oh no, that's Go for a Punch. That's an urban legend. Wang's been researching. I love that. I've been following that adamantly. No.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. No, this was like, it was a bunch of people stuck in a school, and it was like there's a timer and they're expected to kill each other.
Oh.
And it gets really messed up quick.
Okay.
There's cannibalism and there's a bunch of stuff.
See, this is why I kind of write off death classrooms or like assassination game storylines, as I'm just like, yeah, it kind of just seems like it's a vehicle for someone to see like how fucked up they can get. It's like, challenging your friends to watch Hostel or something.
Yeah. I mean, occasionally you can get some interesting premise with it. Like Squid Game is kind of in that wheelhouse.
Sure. I need to actually finish it. I started Squid Game, but I haven't finished it.
I haven't finished it either. I know kind of what happens, but
Yeah, I know South Korea capitalism bad. I know. I live here. We live in the States, man. We homegrown this shit. All American apple pie capitalism. I know it's bad.
I was about to say, are you in freaking South Korea? Dang.
No. I live where this beast was born.
Yeah. No, if you want like real terrifying, look up the K-pop idol scene.
Oh,
that is.
I just watched a video that was reviewing this old 2010s K-horror movie called White. And it's about the K-pop idol scene and like a cursed song. And I remember watching it, but like this video really solidified how horrible.
So I have a story about that. I need to watch that. That sounds awesome. But there was a J horror movie that had a real idol group, and it was found footage. And like it was like I think only some of them knew it was fake. It's a found footage thing where they have to put on kind of like a weird meet and greet slash song at a haunted location. They hired actors to come kind of spook the girls.
Oh.
And some of them were like in on it, so they got possessed and stuff. And like at the end of the movie, I kid you not, there's like you can tell which ones knew and which ones didn't, because like the ones you knew are like, that was so much fun, and the ones who didn't knew look so pissed. Like I mean unbelievably like I am gonna kill my manager. Angry.
That's amazing for a Japanese idol performer to like basically break kayfabe like that on film. That's kind of amazing.
Yeah, it was just like I remember this one, like it was one of the older girls, and she just looked like I need to find a better line of work.
Oh, poor thing. So
The
mean.
same group did the theme song from the new Sailor Moon, so that group.
Oh, Morimo Clover Z?
Yes, it
Oh
was them.
no, leave those poor girls alone. I like that song.
It was either like one of their like older members or something, but yeah, it was them. I forget the name of the movie. It was really it's a fun watch.
Oh, I've seen a couple idol horror movies. I saw one about like a haunted school and like they're doing a photo shoot there. It's not very good. The problem with idol horror is it's their
Are you sure this wasn't the one with Clover Z? Because that sounds exactly like it.
it wasn't found footage from what I remember though.
This one was.
Oh, I mean maybe I did see it and I'm just misremembering it.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, like, I just remember that ending shot of that girl just looking like, I hate my life. It stuck with me.
Sorry, Momohiro. I'm dyslexic some of the times. Let's see. Horror movie. Let's just type in the band name in a horror movie. Shirome?
It might be.
That's what it says. Let me see.
Yep, that's it. Shirome. It's a 2010 Japanese mockumentary.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I did see this. I didn't catch them actually looking pissed.
I remember that.
I mean, I think I put this on when I was like doing something else, like as
That's
background
fine.
noise. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like zooming in on her. I just remember that it was like she was toward the back and she just looked so angry.
Oh, I'm sorry, girl. It's rough out there. You probably did pick the wrong profession. Being an idol sounds fucking miserable.
It really does.
I say
Sadly.
going into VTubing. Hi. Hi, everyone.
Yeah. Squid Game's not that ruthless though, Blanky Cat. It's like Battle Royale almost. The thing that gets me is how many people misinterpreted it.
That baffles me. That truly baffles me. I saw someone on TikTok trying to claim it was anti-democracy because of one scene which was taken wildly out of context, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You have like right-wing people claiming it's anti-corporation but not anti-capitalist. You have YouTubers like throwing fucking Squid Games for people to enter to win money, and it's like this is not what the creator wanted.
Did we not learn anything?
It's like, yeah, they look at it, it's like, that's so cool, I'm gonna do that.
I mean, to be fair, this is probably the same crowd of people that did the goddamn Bird Box challenge and wandered into traffic with a blindfold on, so.
Yep.
I can't help that. I can't fix stupid, gang.
So like one YouTuber I saw, it was like his birthday party and it looked like all fun. But like there's this guy named Mr. Beast, and he's like, yeah, enter to win in the actual Squid Game and win $5,000. I'm like,
I
no.
ain't doing a damn Squid Game for $5,000. If I do a damn Squid Game, you better be paying off my student loans.
Yeah, yeah. And then you have like merch from it, and it's just like, this is not the message of the thing. I get you want to look like the Squid Game people, but I don't need an action figure of. Actually, I do need an action figure of the old man, but
You don't need one of the, like, faceless goons in the pink tracksuits.
yeah, yeah. But it's like,
Aw, no worries, Karai. Thanks for listening. And yes, I think I like chat streams that become basically podcasts. And I think that's why chatting streams started to go way, way, way back. I think that's why people like chatting streams. Is they're like
yeah,
podcasts, which are insanely popular.
yeah. I just like doing this.
Yeah, this is good shit.
We should do this often.
Yeah, I need to be better about collabs. I basically had to take September off for real life reasons, so it's been me slowly getting back on the horse.
Well, after this, we'll discuss like doing it in November sometime because this is a lot of fun.
Fuck yeah. I've
You're like,
honestly had a wonderful night. I was really fucking tired, but then this has been chill as hell. This has been great.
because yeah, like I vibe off of you, and we can like just discuss like weird anime stuff.
Weird shit. Oh, absolutely. I think we have a wonderful rapport. Wonderful radio rapport.
Ooh, my.
We got the voices for radio.
Oh man, I can do my transatlantic accent.
Oh, is that what it's called? The ye olde radio voice?
Yes, that's what it's called, I think.
Oh, I
I've
see.
heard it referred to as the transatlantic accent.
Ah, wonderful. We got fast hats and straight slacks. Ready to go on down to the old ball game, if you know what I mean.
And if she gives you any guff, give her the hand from Old Johnson's. Old Johnson's makes the best hands.
I think you found your first merch. Old Johnson's best hands.
Old Johnson's abuse hands. When you think of abuse, think of Old Johnson's.
But it's just like this horrible like eldritch hand creature. It's just millions of hands. And it's like a little 50s like or 40s housewife leaning over and smooching the horrible hand monster. Love me, Johnson's hands.
I can just imagine the hand go like, I abuse. I love Johnson's hand.
To the moon. Oh god. Awful.
Oh man.
Awful. This went so awful so fast.
Oh man. The old classic radio guy.
Yeah. I mean it's making a comeback because of Has Been Hotel, right?
Yeah, because of that. I mean, I was on it because of old info films. Like, you know, like, what's going on there, Timmy? Are you thinking about communism?
Wash behind your ears, otherwise Stalin will get you. Yeah.
And then, like, the ones Futurama did it. Those are, like, my favorite. It's just, like, just because of the little things, like, we put an ice cube in the ocean so it will cool down. And the little girl's like, just like Daddy puts in his drink, and then he gets mad.
That is like some classic Matt Groening satire.
Yeah.
That's good. That's the good shit.
I mean, oh god, I think I have a copy of Reefer Madness somewhere.
Oh,
bless. I mean, those are like the best.
Those are delightful. Yo, you go ahead.
Because they're just comedies. I mean,
they're hysterical. The misinformation.
And I'm also a fan of like old terminology. Like I've heard marijuana referred to as quote jazz cigarettes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The devil's lettuce. I feel like I had others.
There are others. I can't think of them. The jazz cigarettes is the one that always stuck out to me because it sounds so
holy
cool.
shit, Lightning McQueen is here in my chat right now.
Oh, really?
Holy
I
shit.
don't see them.
Lightning McQueen just said ka-chow in my chat. This is my anniversary
Oh,
stream is
man!
fucking blessed. Fucking blurst. Bless you, sir. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming, Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
What do you think of the new Buzz Lightyear movie?
Oh god, his face is so scary. Oh, I just saw the trailer last night. I hate it.
He looks like so like they're trying to make him look realistic. Character was never meant to look realistic, and they gave him hair. They gave him hair.
His
It's
chin
weird.
terrifies me. It's that it is peak uncanny valley. It's awful. He's so spooky. Oh, holy shit. Yes, I'm Lightning McQueen from the Pixar 2006 movie Cars. Ka-chow. Okay, I have a serious question that has been bothering me since 2006. Why do you have a tongue made of flesh and yet your body is made of metal and you are a machine?
My question is, what is your opinion on the politics in Maximum Overdrive?
Oh, yes. Actually, I also am curious about your thoughts on Maximum Overdrive.
I'm gonna scare the hell out of you.
I do love that movie.
Have you seen the trailer? That's what Stephen King says, and he points at the camera, and it's peak aesthetic.
Because that was like when he was maximum overdriven on cocaine. Bless his heart.
Yeah, and then he wrote a book he forgot about. I forgot which one.
Oh god. It wasn't Cujo.
It was around that era.
But it was that era, but it was pre-Christine, because Christine was when he was starting to get clean and he got hit by a car. So he wrote Christine.
Blanky Cat, please give us this. We want to know about Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
It's a celebrity in chat.
Yeah, there's a celebrity in my chat. Do you know this has never happened before?
Jessica has confirmed it's Cujo.
Oh my god, I was almost right. That's amazing. I have so much bullshit trivia in my head. It's tragic.
I do too.
Yay.
I do.
High five.
High five.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, that's impressive because Cujo's like a good story. I've never read it. I've not read much King, but
it's also like one of the like tamer ones because it's just rabies. It's not like his maximum feelings of anger made this plane into a monster.
It's the space evil became a clown because kids are afraid of clowns.
Yeah. So the kids had to have a
speaking
orgy.
Speaking of the previous topic.
Yeah. I don't really know how to address that.
I ain't gonna ever read that book. I don't need that. Knowledge are for the one who truly seek it. Oh my god, that's so wise. Damn.
And yes, I also want all dogs to be happy.
Aw, yeah. What? Yeah.
I still can't watch that part of JoJo with like Iggy.
Do you mean any part of JoJo? Because Araki fucking hates dogs?
That's true.
So, okay, speaking of good horror anime, by the way, let us not forget, JoJo is a horror.
Yeah.
Like, everyone talks about the action and the fashion and, like, the homosexuality. No. That is a horror anime / manga, first and foremost. And it always has been.
It's gotten less so over the years.
Less so. But hot damn, it's especially, I think when it started getting, like, less, but that was when it was at its peak, was,
Weird.
Stardust Crusaders.
Yeah. Stardust Crusaders has a little bit of it, but I feel like 4 is the one that's like more weird, less horror.
Yes.
And
that
then
was more like
5...
emotionally traumatizing.
Yeah.
And then 5, not really so much any, but like Stardust Crusaders was such a fucking trip because like in the first one you're like, oh yeah, this is like a horror vampire anime with shonen trappings. Very cool. It's like Fist of the North Star meets Dracula. But then Stardust Crusaders is like, oh, this is such a fun around the world in 80 days action show. Oh god, what's happening? And it would be that repeatedly of just like, I love this action show. Oh God, what's happening? What is that bird doing?
Yep. I like the fact that the artist character doesn't care that his house is burning down because he really wants to stop the kid he doesn't like from cheating.
Holy shit. Okay, can I get real for a second? First of all, Lightning McQueen, you've brought up another question is, if I'm young, how old are you? How old is Lightning McQueen? Do we know? How old are you, sir? Pardon?
Yeah.
I don't mean to be rude. I'm just curious. But yeah, I don't care for Rohan Kishibe.
Really?
I don't. I kind of want to beat his ass.
This might be the first thing we've disagreed on.
I'm so sorry. I know he
Rohan.
is beloved. I'm so sorry, but I do kind of want to kick his ass. He pisses me off.
I can see it. That's fine.
I don't like his attitude.
I mean, I love him as like a fellow artist.
I thought I would like him for that reason, but then I'm just over here like, listen, you make your art with magic and it takes you none fucking time. Don't come in here with this attitude like, listen, do you know how long it takes me to do one illustration? Shut up, Rohan.
That's true. I mean, if I'm honest, my favorite JoJo's are Josuke and Joseph.
I like, oh god, JoJo's. Fuck, that's tricky. I think I like Giorno, honestly. I like Giorno and Polnareff. Those are probably my favorites.
Man, see, I don't like Giorno.
That's fair.
He's boring.
That's totally
boring.
Fair.
Like, if you said Bruno, I'd be right there with you.
But I do like
Giorno. Bruno should have been the main character. I mean...
But I like his struggle as a secondary character. I think it's more compelling that way of him having to, like, come to terms with following someone and, like, believing in something again.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I like about Giorno is, yeah, he's kind of milquetoast, but then he busts out with this really cool, inspiring speech, and it's like, oh my god, I do want to follow this guy. He's very low-key, and I like that.
Yeah. I've heard it described as he's already a fully fleshed out character by the time the series starts, and the rest of the characters are kind of building as the series goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Giorno has had his story. He's just in this one, sort of.
Yeah, that makes sense, and maybe that's something I like about it. Born in 1977, so you're 40 years old. Damn!
Yeah, wow.
Boomer McQueen. I'm sorry I had to. McQueen's a boomer. Lightning McQueen's a boomer. No, I think you're an elder millennial, technically. You're welcome here. You're welcome here in the old zone.
Old zone.
Old zone. It's like AutoZone, but we sell walkers.
Oh. So, about that cult with the guy who killed Santa, apparently...
Oh my god, yes?
So when they raided his, like, room, they found a secret compartment with a bunch of, quote, fantasy weapons. So, like, pens that were, like, made to shoot bullets, a cane that shot a bullet, and a walker designed to deliver electric shocks, like an old person's walker.
What?
Yeah.
Whomst is this for? Why do you need this?
I guess so he could, like, grab the handles and start shocking people who attacked him.
Oh, it's a taser walker. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're into cults.
Yes.
Have you been following the Love Has Won debacle?
I have not.
Oh my god. Okay, when we're done with the stream, you've got to look up the Love Has Won cult. It's a new cult. Their leader died and they mummified her.
Oh no.
Uh-huh. This is recent. This is within like the last year.
Thank you, Lightning McQueen.
Oh, thank you, Lightning McQueen. Oh my god. I'll keep doing it for you, Lightning. Ka-chow. Off he goes.
One day I hope my stream has Lightning McQueen. Wow.
Blurst.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lightning McQueen, please someday bless VHS Ashley's stream. They deserve it. They're wonderful.
So yeah, like man, just cults are interesting just because of how they start and like the people who found them.
Mm-hmm. Oh
I
yeah.
mean, like freaking the guy who did I Believe I Can Fly technically had a cult.
Seal?
No, not
No,
Seal.
not Seal. What's the who's shit?
R. Kelly. R. Kelly.
Oh, mm.
Yeah. I think what he had technically constitutes as a cult.
Oh, probably. That's cults are not hard to make. They're hard to maintain.
That's true. I mean,
Um,
you gotta like be committed to keeping people separated from their family. That's step one.
mm-hmm.
That's just a lot of effort.
It's a lot. It's a lot to like keep people controlled and engaged. Like once you pass 20 people, it does take a very large personality to like wrangle that many fucking people. I can't wrangle that many. I can barely wrangle a chat of 5. You know what I mean? I'm never going to have a cult. I don't have the energy for that shit.
I'm just so I have like weird collectibles from cults, which is my weird claim to fame. Like I bought a box of tapes from Shinrikyo that I need to have translated at some point.
Whoa.
And I have like a record they used to play at Scientology centers because they made a jazz album at one point.
Oh, dude. Charles Manson had a band.
Yep.
Yeah. Not that weird that you said that. I believe it. God,
I think he wanted to be a rock. Scientology's freaking terrifying.
That one's too successful. I don't like that. No. He wanted to be Charles Manson wanted to be a rock and roll star guy and failed miserably at it. And I think part of that is why Rob Zombie's fascinated with him.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Zombie, famous fan of baby metal.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Famously endorses baby metal.
Oh man, you got Chick Hicks.
What the
now.
fuck? What? I don't know how I feel about Chick Hicks. Now my stream's a little cursed.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I think your stream is now just gonna be like
Cars fanfic.
Cars fanfic.
Yeah, Brio's Mater. Where's Mater? I want to go tractor tipping. I could win the Piston Cup, and I'm bipedal.
Can we get the spy car who is voiced by Alfred in Cars 2?
Wait, which Alfred? That old
Dark Knight Alfred.
What the fuck? What is his name? Shit.
Yeah, I know facts, but like names are just like
I know. I can picture it. Which is such a funny get. That's actually a really deep cut for like a Cars movie, because he was the lead in the original Italian Job, which is where the term cliffhanger comes from.
He was Michael Caine.
Michael Caine, thank you. Yes.
So yeah, we want the Michael Caine car, and Chick Hicks won the Piston Cup.
I know. I'm saying I could also do this with my powers of running quickly.
Are you trying to say you could turn into a car like the girls in Utena could?
Yeah. I haven't even released my final form, and it's just a car with which to beat Chick Hicks at the Piston Cup. It was too close to a airport. Oh man, that's rough, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah, man, this is just.
Listen to your PR team though. They're smart kids. They're smart kids over there at Cars Inc. At the Cars factory. Honestly, I want to hang out with that like heavy metal school bus from like Cars 3 from the Derby. I've seen a lot of the Cars movies, and frankly, they're some of the greatest feats of body horror and like classism discussions I've ever seen.
There was like a YouTuber who used to take these like weird like children's movies and make them like discussions about various serious topics like Sky High is about like eugenics.
Oh shit! Oh, I know who you're talking about. Shit, hang on, hang on. Sky High Eugenics. Right, because they made that video. Jack Saint.
Jack Saint, yeah.
Jack Saint, yeah. That
And then
shit's
he
cool.
did one about Beverly Hills Chihuahua and slavery, and it was like,
I mean, these are. I think media like that is such a good jumping off point to like have these serious discussions. It's kind of like the Star Trek theory of like, because it's silly sci-fi, you can have these serious mainstream discussions. Came up with the new Kazinga. Honestly,
too close
Chick.
to Big Bang Theory.
No. Hear me out. Chick, I think you should keep it, and in fact, I think you deserve it, and I want you to fight Sheldon from Big Bang Theory for the right to use Kazinga. Challenge him to mortal death combat.
I'd be down to see that.
I'd love that.
I really would.
I'm rooting for Chick in that case, because I hate Sheldon. I hate Big Bang Theory. Hot take.
I don't understand it.
It is the most baffling experience. I had to watch like 3 episodes at a relative's house one time while I was waiting on a ride, and it was like living in an alternate universe for 5 minutes.
I've seen like videos where they took out the oh, he's gonna kill him.
Oh hell yeah. Woo! Go Chick! Chick Hicks, fucking run him over. The true owner of Kazinga shall be dubbed. Make him eat rubber.
Man, but you're getting the whole Cars cinematic universe. Wow.
I'm really blessed today. This is really good. Happy anniversary to me. Hot damn.
I'm wondering if we're going to get like any other Pixar franchises, like weird human Buzz Lightyear or Buzz Lightyear.
Listen, they can stay home. I don't need that on my timeline. I'm scared of that. I'm terrified. I'm terrified of new Buzz Lightyear. He scares me. His face scares me.
It's a Halloween stream. You should have terrifying things.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I guess bring on the Buzz Lightyear.
Bring on photorealistic Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, man. I guess I'm glad they're making the smart decision and, like, making it in universe about Star Command, because that was, like, the cartoon, in my opinion, was more interesting.
I'm gonna be honest, I really didn't need it. I could kind of live without a Star Command.
I mean, me also. I mean, me too. I don't care that much. I'm just having an opinion on the internet because that is that's how you do the internet now. I don't actually give a shit about Buzz Lightyear.
So, like, I once, like, tried for the Pixar internship, and they didn't even send me a rejection letter, so I might be just salty from that.
I didn't even try. I'm not that good. I know where I stand. I'm not that good.
Well, like, the thing was, like, I tried out, and, like, people were talking about how, like, inspirational the rejection letter is, and they'd try harder. I didn't even get that.
Oh.
They just went. So I couldn't watch Pixar films for, like, years. It was sad.
I mean, that's fair. Like, stuff like that's hard. Rejection's fucking rough.
Yeah. Boo.
Boo.
And then they're like, yeah, let's do another movie about, like, let's do Herman's Head, except, like, have celebrities in it.
Oh, you mean Inside Out?
Yeah, that's Herman's Head.
I've never heard of Herman's Head.
I am an elder boomer. It was a short-lived sitcom about a dude with people in his head.
Okay.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. And he goes on, dates and stuff, and they comment and control him.
That's terrifying.
Yep. But it was Inside Out.
I'm gonna Google this. Before you go, do you guys think I look good with the Dino Coat blue? I don't know, man. I'm more partial to green myself. Green's like top 3 fave colors, so I think I like the classic cheap green. No, that's Lightning McQueen's color. It makes him go faster.
Oh, that's true. char-asinable logic.
Hang on, wait, what is it? Orc. We should look up the Warhammer orc colors.
Yeah, that might work for him.
Yeah, hang on. We're gonna get you in on the Warhammer lore. Like, hang on here. So red means fast. Lightning McQueen's already red. Actually, maybe you should go with the Dinoco blue because blue is lucky for Warhammer orcs. I see ya, Kazinga. Get Sheldon. Kill Sheldon for me. Go, chick.
Man, this is great.
This is insane. See, this is what happens if you stick with VTubing for a year, is delightfully weird shit like this. This is why I'm gonna keep doing this.
Yeah, like, I kind of wish I switched to YouTube to stream, because this seems, like, crazy.
Oh, it's fun. I've honestly had some just really great random folks pop into the stream, and if I can proselytize YouTube as a streaming platform really quick, what I like about it and what ultimately made me switch is it counts towards my video production in the algorithm.
Sweet.
Yes. So if I turn on my stream like two times a week, that counts as though I put like a 30-minute video review up, and I don't have to edit it. I can just show up.
Well, then I might have to do that.
Yeah, if you're already making YouTube content or you want to be doing like clips of your streams and like other things, like for me it works really, really well because I was doing scripted videos and continue. I will do them. Mama's very behind. We'll get there. I will get there. Yeah. It's hard. It's a lot of work.
I know it is.
Purple is sneak. Sorry, that's Maple Fox says purple is sneak for orcs, which is correct. It's why you've never seen a purple orc.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
And that just reminds me of the guy who like painted his like Star Wars Imperial Army to be pink, like Hello Kitty colors and stuff, and it was magical.
I've seen Hello Kitty Stormtroopers.
Oh man, he's here.
Shit! Holy shit! Mater is here. Hell yes! I know he's a good friend of yours, sir. International super spy Toe Mater.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Woo! Play Freebird!
This is just delightful.
This is charming. I do not know who you are. If this is multiple accounts in one person or a group of delightful friends, but you're making our evening. This is very cute.
I don't know, like I have like a friend who's like a bigger VTuber, and like I have never heard them talk about the cast of Cars showing up. Like they have to be busy, right? You would expect all of people, especially Mater.
I know.
Breakout star Mater.
He's a working man. He's got his own business.
Yep.
And he does have a couple of guns installed on him, which is just safe. That's just a safety precaution.
Yep. You might be in rough neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Plus, he's a tow truck. I've heard they have to repossess, like, how would that even work now I think about it? Like, repossessing a car, you just, like, detaining somebody, or... Yeah,
like, technically, Mater may have the same capabilities, judiciarily as police. Also, this does imply that at some point Cars is going to become Repo the Genetic Opera. So... Yep.
Oh, there's a whole can of worms on him. Yeah. I saw a video discussing that guy, and he sounds like a creep, which...
Oh, Tarek Zagundich? Zucchini?
Yeah, the guy who's like Gravedigger or whatever.
No, that's so sad. Why does everything I love turn out to be pervy?
It's true. All we have is Jeff Goldblum, Mr. Rogers, and David Lynch.
Someone said Jeff Goldblum was kind of pervy.
What?
I feel like I heard that. I'm sorry.
No!
I'm sorry. I have no sources. You should look this up on your own. I should not be repeating this on a live stream. It is hearsay.
Let me...
Yeah.
No, I'm looking it up.
Oh, Mater.
Okay, let's see. Jeff Goldblum.
Wait, you got knighted? Mater, when did you get knighted? Oh, congratulations, Sir Mater.
Huh.
Yes.
The first source I found was from E-Bomb's World, which is
Oh,
just
well, never mind.
like I'm just looking and like is officially the
Oh, in the second movie. Okay. I don't remember. You know, we might have skipped the second movie, come to think of it, because I remember that Super Spies was a plot point, but I don't remember watching it. I just remember, like, so the third movie is really fascinating because it's like boomers having a midlife crisis in real time, the movie, and it's
yeah.
it's great. I don't understand cell phones. I'm gonna lose this race because I don't understand cell phones.
The Cars Queen of England. That is an interesting statement.
What type of car is the Queen of England? Or is it a human lady? Is Queen Victoria just canonical in cars?
It's just Queen Elizabeth with a bunch of corgis.
Oh, that's right. It's Queen Elizabeth now. Yeah. Wait. How? So bugs are cars. Cars are bugs. What is a corgi in cars?
A boat.
God damn it.
It's a boat.
God damn it. I don't like these answers.
So like I was discussing with a friend of mine about it and how I want the movie Boats, and apparently Planes has a terrible war between the planes and like boats.
What? Okay.
Yep.
Bye, Mater. See y'all on the dusty trail. You
Oh
take care
man,
now.
Mater. See you, Mater.
A little Tyke's car? Okay, that's cute though. I actually like that. Oh wait,
Or
what
like,
if it was one of those like little like rolling telephone play school toys with the little face?
oh man, those are cute.
Yeah. And it just barks. Sorry, tell me about the horrible like racial like war between boats and planes.
I don't know much about it. Apparently it's just like watching a bunch of planes and boats kill each other in a children's movie, and it's, I mean, that happened.
I
I haven't seen any of these movies.
Dude, you should. They have so many questions. I find them so distressing. Like again, perfect body horror. I I discovered a new fear after watching Cars 1, and it's when organic material is mixed with metal. Like, I like Transformers, right? I love the
Mhm.
Transformers. I think Megatron's hot. Like, I'm a dyed in the wool robot fucker coming out on stream live. Robot fucker. That's me. If
What is
a
it with
hmm?
women and like feminine people and Transformers? I knew a lot of people who were like, yeah, Transformers are hot. I want to see Transformers fuck. I want Transformers. It's like,
I don't know. I mean, well, okay, I kind of do know. So I think it's the IDW comics run from like 2005 to like a couple of years ago is when it ended. Is like
it's the car Pope.
what the fuck was the car Pope? Are you sure? So, Popinion, I'm so sorry. This is a satanic stream. It might be bad for your image if you're here. I just thought I'd be honest.
That's true.
That is true. We're a little satany here. Christian cars exist. Oh, I'm so. Oh God. Yeah. So
Blanky Cat, you've missed so many
you.
celebrities.
Oh, you missed so many guest appearances, Blanky Cat. Um, this is
Mater was here.
a star-studded live stream. What was I even saying? Oh, right. So the original IDW run, because they did a continuity revamp as comics are wont to do. I don't like it as much.
Oh, he's open-minded.
Oh, hell yeah. Sweet. Thanks, Papa Pope. Welcome. Then you're welcome here. We are also welcoming in the Devil's Playground.
It's true.
It's true. We vibe.
Do what you wilt.
Yeah, do what thou wilt. Thou art thine own master. The original IDW's run is queer as hell. It's so gay.
Okay.
It's so fucking gay. So it brought in like a lot of non-binary trans and like female fans.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay, because like Lindsay Ellis has a Megatron or a Starscream thing.
Mm-hmm. I do. Also
I've had a friend who has a queer thing with Transformers, and it's like, I'm not judging. I just don't understand.
It's it either clicks or it doesn't, and if you know, you know, and I am definitely in the know. However, if you mix organic stuff, like as I mentioned, the flesh tongues, with metal parts, it freaks me out.
There's so many Japanese movies about their Tetsuo, the Iron Man.
Delightful. Freaks me out.
Yeah. There's one called Meatball Machine.
Oh yeah, loved it. Freaked me out. I'm very comfortable with being uncomfortable when watching movies, but I will be honest, it does squick me out.
Okay, so like this is not Japanese, but the one I can think of, Videodrome.
Oh fuck yeah. Creepy as shit. Love it.
Okay. I mean, it's James Woods also.
It's a problem.
Garbage.
Yeah, that's the sucky part, which makes me not want to revisit it anytime soon, but
yeah.
Love the visuals, love the concept. I love the final practical effect of the exploding TV that's just rancid sheep guts.
Yeah.
Car Jesus got nailed to the cross to die for our car sins. That does imply the existence of Car Pontius Pilate and a Car Roman Empire. And do you know what's really interesting about Cars? Is that makes so much more sense than Bright.
Yeah.
I am weird, and I'm glad you love that. Listen, I've turned weird into a business with VTubing. Weird is my business, gang.
I need to get into the weird. I feel like that's my ticket.
Mm-hmm.
My golden ticket.
I mean, come up with a weird hot take on Willy Wonka.
That
hasn't been done?
That Mike TV is the hero?
Ooh, okay, explain. Share.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's as far as I got. I just got the BuzzFeed article name.
Thesis statement. You got your thesis statement?
Yep.
I look forward to this 45-minute video essay when it comes out.
And then, I'll come up with a catchphrase. But that's just a hypothesis. A video hypothesis. Thanks for consuming.
Ooh, I like that last part. That's a good sign off.
Yeah, because I just literally stole the game theory guy.
Oh, well then.
Yeah.
Imitation's the sincerest form of flattery.
It's true.
Yeah.
Steal. I also ride in my Pope-mobile. Imagine that, a car inside of another car.
Oh
god.
Cars, why? That's fair. There's not a lot to do with Pope with a Pope.
That's true. If you don't mind a little suggestion, branch out into other Pixar movies. I mean, there's Bugs Life.
Bugs Life is, you could have, you could be, I forget the main ant guy's name, but you could be Union Tips, that guy. I'm gonna look it up right now. I feel stupid.
Yeah. Or you could do Bugs Life and then...
Flick.
Okay.
Cool. Union Tips Flick. Okay. Thank you. Bless you. This has been delightful. It's a good bit.
Great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, very good. Woo!
And MatPat does have a good outro, It's very memeable.
What's the MatPat outro? I don't actually watch MatPat.
So it's, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
Oh, okay. That's cute.
So yeah. People meme it all the time. One of my favorite YouTubers, H Bomber Guy, did something with it.
I love H Bomber Guy.
I do too.
Oh,
He's the kind of weird I want to be.
yes, for sure.
Psychotic and manic weird.
I fully support this. I fully support your journey to H Bomber Guydom. I think I'm shooting for Bread Sword eventually.
Bread Sword? I don't think I know them.
Oh, just the most beautiful, sincere, intelligent conversations about movies and topics, all with this veneer of like city pop vaporwave aesthetic. It's mwah. Oh, inspiration. Pure inspiration. Check them out,
Well,
please.
hey, Hasna. Yeah, that
Hasna.
definitely wasn't you.
Definitely not. Oh, you. Oh my gosh. Whew. Hoof.
Man. Ooh.
Do we actually want to play the wrestle game, or are we fine with this being a weird podcast?
I'm pretty sure it's a weird podcast at this point. I don't even have the energy to do a promo.
That's fair.
You don't want to wrestle without a promo.
That's fair. I was gonna attempt to make some Tiger Mask references. I'm also running out of steam.
I would probably just like quote the Steiner Math speech. Have you ever heard that?
No.
I thought I sent you Steiner Math.
Wait,
It's a guy who's like clearly on a lot of cocaine talking about the mathematics of why he's going to win some sort of wrestling match.
If you did, it was forever ago and my brain is very garbage.
My brain is very garbage.
It only retains old random media trivia, not anything recent, not anything in the last 5 years.
Well, this is older, but yeah, I'll send it to you again. Just remind me of the cult that I need to check into.
Yes. Here, I can put it. I'll just ping it to you on the Twitter.
Yeah, because like I will probably also need to send you like anime from like Happy Science and all sorts of weird stuff.
I've heard.
Do you know Penguin Drums about like the sarin gas attack?
I did know that. It gets to a point in that show where it's not really subtle about it.
Nope. But like most people don't know that, and it's just like, yeah, it's a fun anime about a magic girl, and it's like this is just about sarin gas.
And also about like how Japanese society like homogenizes creative children and like like either you fit in or you die, or you're like pushed to the outskirts of society.
And like survivors in different senses, the people who survive the cult and people who survive the death, and just that has a lot to do with that. It's very interesting, and like the whole like fact that all the pop girl music is done by like a very like edgy hard rock band of all dudes. I mean, they have a song called Private Girl about prostitution, except in the show it's sung by like teenage idols.
Oh man, I'll have to check it out. The soundtrack didn't stick with me, so I don't remember it too hard. I watched Penguin Drum like fucking 2 years ago.
Yeah, I need to watch more of it. I want to do a video essay on it because I feel like that is kind of like my magnum opus.
Oh hell yeah. Do that. It's getting a sequel. I don't know if you saw.
I know it is.
Yeah?
I am excited. Okay. I don't know what it's going to be about.
I have no idea. I don't know how you continue that story, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's going to be about some other aspect of it, or they're going to do something new, or they're going to take it out completely. It's Ikuhara, who's like, he's a weird guy.
He's so fucking weird. Okay, speaking of Ikuhara, have you seen like all of his works?
I haven't watched all of his work. I know a lot of it, and I've seen bits and pieces. I need to get through Utna, which is like the feminist manifesto of freaking anime.
Yes, it truly is, and honestly, it's my favorite of his works. I just was gonna ask, should I watch the Lesbian Bear show?
I haven't heard anything great about it. I
Me
haven't heard
either.
anything bad about it.
Yeah.
It just kind of was like, look, lesbian bears. I've heard a lot about the Kappa show.
I want to watch the Kappa show, but that's because I'm Fujoshi trash.
Yeah.
Do you know what simulcast anime I'm watching right now?
What?
Through the Tricorn Window at night or whatever the shit. The one about the man that psychically touches the other man and it makes him feel feelings.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the lesbian bear show is called Yuri Kuma or something.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Had something to do with justice and judging, and
it was like about, it seemed like the kind of the overall Ikuhara-esque themes were about how predatory lesbian is a bad trope. But it did the trope.
Yeah.
Kind of I think that's why it's less beloved, is it's like it kind of tried to do the thing where it satirizes through doing the thing, which is always so risky.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, like you kind of get that a little bit with like Utna. I've heard that there wasn't a lot of lesbianism in like the manga that inspired it, sort of.
Yeah.
And then like Ikuhara just put it in there.
Yeah. Which he should have. It works.
Yeah, and like Utna, it's like, it's not predatory at all. It just is.
Yeah, they're very mature, like simultaneously adolescent and immature relationships in the show, but also very mature. Like they're very relatable, realistic relationship difficulties, I guess.
I mean, like the character I really like, even though like I like the Nami a lot.
That's fair. I didn't like Nami when I was a kid first watching it, but as an adult, I find her very fascinating, and I do enjoy her.
She's fascinating, and she's like the first one to call bullshit on a lot of it.
Yes. Like
because as I recall, she like says no to her brother coming on to her.
Yeah.
It was like,
wait, am I thinking it's Nami's the mean girl, right? The blonde mean girl?
Yeah, the blonde mean girl who has like a bunch of like people like lusting after her and has a thing for her brother.
Yes. That's right. And yeah, she starts off as like the vapid mean girl, and then you're right, she puts her foot down pretty much immediately when shit starts getting weird, and it's very cool.
Yep.
And yes, Anon, if you have not seen Paranoia Agent, I believe it's kind of hard to get your hands on these days, but it is
it
fucking
came back.
Great.
It's Funimation has it.
Oh, yeah. Thank God. Yay! That's such a good one.
Funimation. Yeah, it is. It got relicensed maybe like last year.
Oh, okay, shit.
Yeah, so it's on Blu-ray now.
Yay!
Because it was a big fucking like gap. And then like Perfect Blue was another one that was very hard to get, which I love.
My copy burnt down. I need to rebuy it.
Yeah, get it. It's good. It's so good.
I actually like a lot of the first half more than I do the second half of Perfect Blue.
Oh, why you say that?
It feels, I really like the scenes where Mima's like still performing as an idol, and you get the shots of like the spooky horseface man like looking at her through his fingers, and then like you see her trying to please everyone as an actress, and like in doing so is not functioning herself, like she's destroying herself for other people, so she's just continuing being an idol as an actress in a way. And I just that part I liked. And then when it kind of gets to the like serial killery spooky latter half, it's just kind of like I mean, it's good obviously.
Yeah I can understand that. Also, Mysterious Girlfriend X is really good. There's a YouTuber named Hazel who did a video on that creator and their work, and all of their stuff is delightfully weird, like Mysterious Girlfriend X.
I've never heard of it.
It's a guy who gets addicted to a girl's spit.
Oh, anime. God, this is why I love anime, is that's like, you can say that, and I'm like, not surprised, vaguely disappointed, and yet in any other context, that would be too weird to exist.
I mean, it's with stuff like interspecies reviewers, which
I loved it. I'm one of the few people that thought that was delightful. I loved the concept. I liked that they actually gave the hyena furry character a vestigial wing. I liked that show.
I've heard. I have not seen that. That wasn't even the one that offended me. Like, so I'm in voice acting, and like I was under the impression they didn't tell them that it was a porn show, and so the actors kind of got thrown in there.
Ah.
That's not what happened. Apparently, it was just became too much for them.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that's about my like negativity about that show.
Sure. Well, and I know it had a lot of trouble with broadcasting, not just in Japan but here in the States, because it got so raunchy.
Really?
Yeah, so I think after a while it just got canceled, if I remember correctly, because they were trying
it got
to.
like it got a DVD release.
Got a DVD, but I don't think they made it the full 12 episode run that they were intended.
Really?
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I feel like I heard that it got canceled and they didn't finish the episode run because it was getting too close to hentai, and like the company was just like, no, you can't do it, and they're like, but this is the content, this is what's here, it's about reviewing sex. And so they just were like, they just can't do it, gotta shut it down, boys.
At the same time, it's just like, I mean, like, there's redo of Healer, which is probably a lot more offensive.
Oh yeah, that is. Oh, that one. That is a catharsis that some 14-year-old needs, and power to them. I can't wait for them to work through their shit and grow into an adult.
Well, it's like an anime written by Elliot Rodger.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I described it to people.
I liken the appeal of it to Johnny the Homicidal Maniac.
That's going down, like, Johnny the Homicidal Maniac had more artistic merit than that show.
It does, but the appeal to like the teen, to a teen audience, like that's who it's for. It's for the bullied teen who wants to get out these violent fantasies and feel empowered. It's like, I know who this is for, which is why I can't really be bothered by redo of Healer. It's like, it's fine. Whoever engages with this is gonna be fine. And then they're gonna grow up and realize that this series is garbage.
Yeah, though I feel like between like interspecies reviewers, which was like already kind of pornographic in some ways, and there's nothing wrong with that, we've been getting more edgy shows lately.
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely.
So I'm wondering how they're gonna amp it up past redo of Healer.
They'll think of a way, but I mean, we had a bunch of edgy shit in the early 2000s, and then Moe kind of swept it up, and then I think Moe kind of persisted because you gotta make the money. Like, there's people talk about that anime bubble that's gonna pop, and it's propped up on it's propped up on the Emoto fetish and merchandise.
Yeah,
and Blu-ray sales.
But didn't like the anime bubble pop already?
Did it?
That's what they were saying back in like 2000, early 2000s.
I heard about them talking about it going to do so, but I like tons and tons of shows still get made, and they're still made at quality.
Fair.
Let's see.
I mean, because you had like a bunch of studios closed down.
It's true.
Like Gonzo. Well, I don't think Gonzo closed down, but it got pretty close.
It got didn't it get merged with something?
Yeah.
There were a lot of mergers back then, I think.
I mean, a lot of stuff closed here, but that's different.
Oh, that's different. Burn in Hell Tokyo Pop.
Yeah, I've heard stories about them.
Mm-hmm. They're all true. Oh, let me
What
see.
does it mean to pop the bubble? So, like, how do I put this? It's sort of like when an industry kind of overinflates beyond itself, it's kind of compared to a bubble because it's so fragile on the outside, but it's because it's overinflated. When the bubble pops, the industry kind of collapses in on itself. That's sort of the meaning behind pop the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in chat asks.
Oh, yeah. I was letting you do that while I caught up on interspecies reviewers. So it sounds like they finished the 12-episode series. It got its little Blu-ray release, but it was pulled from streaming platforms, and it was not allowed to finish broadcasting.
Jeez.
Yeah, because it was, well, they cite, like, what does it say? For the Japanese broadcast, it said, Sun canceled Tokyo MX canceled its broadcast due to changes in circumstance with the station. And then Funimation pulled it because it fell outside of Funimation standards. So basically, it was too raunchy.
Which, I mean, I get.
Sure.
I was hearing something the other day about the Kite anime
Oh, mm-hmm.
and how like that was sort of like, yeah, we wanted to do an anime and the only people who would do it are a hentai company. So that's why there are hentai scenes in Kite.
And they're so easy to cut out that they did release a vanilla version.
Yep.
Yeah. I think the raunchy version is there's a Freudian slip for you. I think the raunchy version is hard to find these days. Is that right?
I haven't really looked. I kind of want to see at least the tame one.
The tame one's good. I mean, it's good. It's a good little OVA. I've seen both versions because I was renting anime when both versions were on shelves.
Man, same.
We old.
We old.
We old.
So back in the day, I remember as a teenager, I was like, I'm gonna buy a hentai tape.
A tape. Say no more, but do go on.
Because, I looked, 18-ish. And like, so I got it and I was getting up the courage. And as I was in the aisle, this little girl walks up to me and she, this girl's like 4 or something. And she sees this big kid with this tape. So she grabs one of the other tapes and tries to ask her dad for it.
Oh no.
And I just felt so awkward and just got out of eye shot.
Oh.
I did not want to have that conversation.
It's so funny that like how much English hentai releases have to be like, not for children. This is not cartoons for children, because we don't have a lot of adult animation that isn't fucking The Simpsons or Family Guy, right? You don't have anything that looks like anime for adults made in the States. Well, I mean, now you do with like Castlevania and shit, but not when this was happening.
And the other thing I remember about that circumstance is like the beginning of that tape had like a lecture on anime. Not just hentai, anime. Just talking about colorful hair and why it exists like that, and the eyes, and where all this comes from. And I was just like, are you learning from porn?
I need to own this tape. I need to own this. That sounds like such a fun piece of nostalgia. That's adorable.
Yep, it was Nightmare Campus. That was it.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that one. I don't know if I've seen that one. Let me see. I've seen Night Shift Nurses.
Man.
All the classics, all the kiddie media releases.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Uh-oh, stinky. That's such a weird meme. I wasn't aware of it was a meme, and then it suddenly started cropping up on like TikTok comps I watched, and I was like, what's fucking happening? Why is there an orangutan here? Are the kids okay? How old is Blanky Cat 18? Thank God, Blanky Cat's old enough to be at my stream. Oh, Euphoria. You know what? Sydney Stapp covered Euphoria. I don't need to see Euphoria. I don't need to deal with that shit in my life. Someone else did it for me.
Euphoria?
Oh, buddy. Let's see. You
I
know what? I'll give you two things. Diapers and acid.
I don't want to know more.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Bible Black.
I did a review of Bible Black.
The one I kind of want to see for old time's sake, because it was like a kind of a meme back in the day, was Legend of the Overfiend.
Oh, it's so much fun. I want to read the manga really, really bad.
I remember it came out like hardcover and everything.
It's a classic.
It really is.
Yeah. And I mean, Anon, if you're into hentai history, Bible Black is fun. If you're actually looking for something sexy, it's not. It is so awkward and weird. They cut so many animation corners. It's comical. If you want to have a drunk, fun party with your friends, get drunk and watch the English dub of Bible Black.
Yeah. Oh, actually, like one of the fun things to watch are the dubs of hentai.
Oh, yes.
Some of them are so like
they're
so ridiculous.
So batshit. My favorite thing in hentai dubs is when they hire actual porn performers to do the voices, because it's like they wanted to like have that connection for Western audiences, but these women are not voice actors at all.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of dubs where like they almost ad-lib like dialogue.
Oh yeah.
And like it's almost to the quality of like ghost stories.
Yes. If you want raunchy ghost stories, watch the Bible Black dub. Oh my god, I was handed Chicky Nugs. This is a real VTuber stream now, gang.
Oh man, Chicky Nugs. I should get some after this.
Yeah. Do you guys read? Yes, absolutely. Faku is my favorite subscription service after Shudder. Actually, so my next big project before I hop down the Lolita hole officially and publish that shit, I am planning an essay that is Shindo L's Metamorphosis and its comparison to the Kafka novella of the same name.
Yeah, I can understand that, Jessica. I'm the same.
Well, I mean, I'm broke now, so maybe I troll there as well, but when I had more money, I appreciate Faku. Also, I knew someone that worked there, so.
Oh, cool.
I had an in.
Yeah, I have a few ins with various industries. I actually had an audition for a gay porn anime once.
Aww! Which one? Would I know?
It was Titan's Bride, and I did not get anything.
Aww. I've never heard of it, so okay. That's fine.
It's fairly new.
Titan's Bride. I got so many Google tabs open right now.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm full of info.
Info's good. Oh no, this is extremely my shit. Size difference, you say?
Oh, Titan's Bride? Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Seems like Fujoshi trash. You'd love it.
I'm that. That's me. Listen, I'm happy to sit and have a discussion about the faults of boy love and yaoi all day long. I think it's all valid. But sometimes mama just wants her Costco sheet cake.
Yeah.
There's one manga, Shindo L, that gave me... I mean, Shindo L's manga gives everybody a weird feeling, and that's why I love him.
Trying to remember if I know who Shindo L is.
His most famous claim to fame, I think when it was on Scanlations and fan translations, it was called Euphoria? Or no, shit, that was the other thing. Well, it's here. I'll send you the girl and you'll know the girl.
Yeah, then I have read Metamorphosis, if it's the one I think it is.
That is a bug. That's a bug, Google. That's an actual literal bug. You probably have, but yeah, the do this one on over here. Um,
Yeah, I know her.
yes. Emergence, thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Good memory, good brain. Yeah, so that's an infamous one, and it was retitled Metamorphosis for the official English release. And I read it, I bought it off Faku because I was like, oh, this is infamous. I'm curious.
You're like the same. I do the same thing.
Absolutely.
It's
And
like
I,
when somebody was once ranting about Sayano Uda, and that's why I read it.
uh-huh, it's on my to play list.
Man, we should co-stream that because I love that story, even though it's so messed up.
Is does I assume the Steam version's streamable? I know Twitch won't let you play it.
Oh, they don't?
It's on their don't stream list, I think.
I didn't see it. I'll look.
I thought it was. I might again. My memory is bad. I might be thinking of another fucking H game.
I'm looking.
But yeah, it's I read Metamorphosis and I was I was fascinated by what the subtext was saying about like undesirables in Japanese society and how Japanese society treats people like homeless people, sex workers, drug users. And frankly, I've never seen hard drug use directly portrayed in manga. It is here, and I thought that was very fucking ballsy. Um so I went and I read the Kafka novella and I was like, "Oh my god." Shindo actually took some of the themes from fucking Kafka and put it as social commentary in his fucking hentai manga.
Really?
I shit you not. It follows
Oh,
very loosely, but his manga follows the story beats of uh Gregor Samsa's story
huh.
of being seen as like this rotten thing, undesired by his family, treated like a burden, and then by the end like tragically dies because no one was willing to like see the human that was still in there. And like as he continues to be this giant bug slash as this person continues to destroy themselves, like losing a lot of parts of themselves
Mm-hmm.
because no one will reach out and everyone hurts them. Do you guys ready for a philosophical question? Yes, shoot. I love that. That's all we've been doing all night.
Yeah, this is supposed to be wrestling.
we're
wrestling minds.
Yeah, we're wrestling with our minds.
I'm not seeing it in this list.
Then I must be wrong. Fuck yeah, we should play it.
Yeah, strangely, BMX Triple X is on there.
Huh.
Which was like a trash, like edgy game from like the early 2000s, late 90s.
Is it naked ladies on bikes?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Twitch hates boobs.
There's also a game here called Suck My Dick or Die.
I've heard of this game. It's what it says on the tin.
Oh wow. Yandere Simulator.
That's interesting. Okay, yeah, Anon asks, what do you guys think about Netorare as a hentai genre?
I mean, whatever floats your boat. That said, it does seem very designed to like you could take it as a kind of shaming a woman for cheating on you sort of genre almost.
Mm-hmm. I think
It seems
that's fair.
Go on. Sorry.
Oh no, I was agree, but you go on. Finish your thought. I've also written an essay about this.
Oh, wow. It feels very much like how dare she cuck me?
Mm-hmm.
The fetish. And like to my understanding, internet boys don't like that. So why are they suddenly into that in this sense? That said, if you like reading it, there's nothing wrong with you. Whatever. It's fetishy stuff.
Yeah, I'm ultimately in the same boat. It's just a fetish, so if it floats your boat, whatever, so long as everyone's a consenting adult, who cares? Or if it's fiction, who cares? Um, I wrote a whole ass essay on this already. I'm trying to remember I'm so sad I can't pimp Cringe After Dark anymore because all these videos are unavailable right now. But I had a hentai review series earlier this year, but I had to take it down because
Why?
the OnlyFans kerfuffle basically nuked
Oh,
that. Yeah, and then Patreon is threatening to crack down. Like basically because payment processors are being fucky, I don't really have a place for it, so I'm kind of finding ways to rehome it. Probably just going to be written blogs, unfortunately. Let me see, which one was it? Want to
yeah,
say
you could always put it on Pornhub. They do apparently take content like
hey,
that.
guess what? For the past 2 years, their sign up has been broken and they've yet to fix it.
Oh,
I
okay,
have
never mind.
I have a Pornhub account. I can't upload on it.
Huh.
Yep, I thought of that. I tried. Let me see. Is it this one? Let me see. Yeah. Do. Let me just skim my own essay to refresh myself. Pardon me. Um. Right. It's so what interested me about it when I was researching it was the emotional devastation the guys go through from being cucked.
Yeah.
That seems to be more the focus than the cucking itself.
Yeah.
And then there's like the crossover with Mind Break. So I've seen a lot of people that are into it talk about it as kind of a like a very fantastical BDSM scenario in a way.
Yeah, the other thing I've kind of remembered about it, because it's not my thing, I don't read it, is it seems very the people who cuck are usually like low lives or like people designed to look very terrible.
Mm-hmm. The ugly bastards, the
The ugly
UBs.
the UBs, yes. And the girl is usually like, the childhood friend or the crush or something. And she's corrupted into essentially, the whole stereotype of, oh, she's a Stacy whore sort
Right.
of deal.
Right.
And
It's
it's
like
like,
it's partially that, and what's interesting to me though is you could also read it as condemning those dudes for feeling entitled to their childhood friends that way.
I never read it that way, but
I've seen certain ones. I talked to because the one I covered was a Tomedori, and that one kind of elevated itself because it kind of made the main character who was getting cucked look really pathetic. Like, you never moved forward asking her out or pursuing her or giving a shit about her actual feelings as a person. Like, this is on you, my dude. Meanwhile, she's like discovering her own sexuality through this stuff. So it's also, there's certain versions of it I could see as being really empowering because it's a lot of times, yeah, it's the dude going, oh, that's Stacy whore, but she's enjoying it. She's going out and getting herself a good time.
yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's interesting. It's definitely not my fetish, but I don't think it's bad. I think it's very interesting.
I could see that. I mean, the one that I just scat, I can't.
Oh yeah, no. Mm-mm. No. That's too much.
That's where I go, yeah, that's bad. That's no.
If someone wants to sit down and explain why it appeals to them, I will listen dutifully.
I don't even think I can make it through them. Just keep it to yourself.
I'm patient and I'm curious, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear the gory details. No thank you, but again, if everyone's a consenting adult, you have fun. Y'all kids have fun, clean up, be hygienic. Thank you.
Did our stream just go down?
Did it? I'm seeing it.
Oh, I don't see it. Maybe I'll have to reload.
There it is. There it goes. That's bad. I'm not. Bye. That's it. We said scat and everyone. We've cleared the room. It's last call. The bar's closing.
How many people are even in here?
I don't know. I don't track that shit.
That's fair.
I just like hanging out.
Yeah, I'm a little more like, me. Like very like, I want people to like me.
You gotta let it go. It's the only way you're
know.
gonna keep yourself sane.
It's true.
That's
true.
not very good chow shit. I've got more merch to make. I have my first t-shirt. Who wants the Scat's Not Very Ka-chow t-shirt?
Can Lightning McQueen be on it?
I might.
Or like a car similar in make and coloration to a Lightning McQueen-like character.
A legally distinct separate entity that Big Daddy Disney couldn't sue me over.
Thunder.
Thank you,
Mac
bless you.
King. Thunder Mac King.
There you go. It's like his evil alter ego. It's got like a mustache.
He has like a goatee and he's in a wheelchair.
Please don't make me think about cars and wheelchairs. I hate the Cars universe. It doesn't make any sense. And yet I love it. Oh my gosh.
The thing that makes me really sad are those people who try to connect all the Pixar movies into one universe.
Oh god, I know. You could spend your time so much better.
It just makes me sad. It's like,
yeah.
Does everything need to be a connected universe? I love connected universes. Doesn't mean everything needs to be one.
No. I guess unless it's not for anybody.
Unless it's a Garfield connected universe, then I'm down.
Then we can, yes, that I'm interested in. I don't remember his catchphrase here.
Kazinga.
No, that's his new one.
Oh,
Kachika?
Oh no, that does sound bad.
Oh, well, because it's Disney, right? It's Disney Pixar, so they can afford to pay for any lawsuit. That's why. That's how it got greenlit, is money.
Disney, capitalism in a nutshell.
An actual mega corporation.
Yep. Who owns media practically.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I'm happy about is technically the alien queen is now a Disney princess.
Aww, that is good news.
Xenomorph queen, Disney princess.
Yay.
Yep. Happy.
Delightful. In a way, does that mean we're actually like cool punk rock rebels because we're making content outside of the Disney sphere? We're making media outside the Disney sphere?
Yeah, until they find out, because I will sell out just like nothing else. Like they give me a couple of million. VHS Ashley, Disney presents.
I refuse to be that child friendly.
I'll just be Vincent Price. Vincent Price was good.
Shit, that's a good point. Bisexual
just kind of
icon.
Like, yeah. Just have that like, kind of really queer voice and then, talk about creepy shit all day.
I do love that. I was listening to a documentary on Paul Lind's life and I found it very relatable. And I love him. Speaking of strange queer characters.
I think Sally does technically count as a Disney princess.
Do they own Nightmare? Oh, yeah, yes, of course they do. Yes.
I mean, if you go by Kingdom Hearts, she is a princess sort of character.
Yes. Did she get kidnapped in her level?
I believe she does.
Oh my god, then she counts.
She doesn't have a mom. She's,
She does have a dad, technically. She has a stepmom by the end of the movie.
That's true, but they don't count.
They don't count.
That's another t-shirt. Stepmoms, they don't count.
We're getting some weird shit tonight. I'm getting some weird fucking merch out of this. Uh,
Yeah, like let's just like start making merch, like writing fan fiction of Starship Troopers characters like, the Brain Bug and like Nazi Neil Patrick Harris.
okay, now see here. I do
Huh?
it. I do it. You
Yeah.
joke.
I mean, like I have like freestyled it before. I think it's one of my community point things where I'll just like break into random off my head fan fiction.
I'm gonna come to your next stream and I'm gonna cash in some of my lurker points.
It's just like Shrek looked into Harry Potter's eyes.
Oh my god.
The onion smell built between them. The passion, the sweat. He took his wand and tickled his... And then I'd stop. Because I
Bro,
can't break rating.
my friend. That's fantastic.
I could just do that!
That's a terrifying power.
Yeah, you just pick two characters off the top of your head and try to make it sound sexy.
I think that's how you should do all voice acting auditions from now on.
I mean, like with a friend, I kept doing it, and I kept inserting the line "onion flavored penis" into it.
No.
It started being about Shrek, and then it just kept coming, even if it was not Shrek related.
I mean, it's like Smash Mouth says, they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. And they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. 10 hours.
You'll see Sally Tramp stamp. Oh no, that's sad. That's sad.
I can't control what people do with their bodies. That's one of the tenets of Satanism is bodily autonomy. So, you know what, Sally Tramp stamp person, you go, girl. You go, person, non-binary, whatever, whoever you are out there. I wish you well.
I mean, you can't stop people, but you can judge them. Judge them a little.
I try not to.
I try not to too. I do things that people find like weird and not really necessary, but at the same time, it's just like, eh.
But otherwise, fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Sally the character? Okay, hang on now. Why is that the first thing? Google why? Whomst?
Wait, she has a tramp stamp for real?
Where? Okay, it's not. It's just giving me people's weird Nightmare Before Christmas tattoos. I do not like Nightmare Before Christmas this much.
That's another thing we disagree on, because I love Nightmare.
It is a good little movie, great for the holidays. I don't love it as much as Hot Topic wants me to love it.
I get that.
I'm more of a Hocus Pocus person.
See, I don't get Hocus Pocus.
There you go. It's just different folks, different strokes.
Yep.
Yeah. I think Hocus Pocus appeals to me because I really like drag queens.
That's fair. And I didn't really get into drag queens until fairly recently.
There you go. Which, that makes sense, like, if you're into wrestling long enough that you'd kind of transition over there slowly. At least a little.
Yeah, like I got really into Katya.
Yes.
I love Katya.
I love Katya, but I aspire to be Trixie. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that. I sometimes think I'm closer to Katya than Trixie, but I like Trixie.
Well, there you go. That's why we bounce off each other so well.
I think so.
Has been going for like 9 seasons now. Because it's our show and not yours. Blanky Cat, that is the best reason to get into drag queens.
Drag queens are not really that scary.
I don't know, man. If you mess with someone that they're hanging out with at a bar, they will kick your ass. They're always really safe to be around. If you're scared for yourself at a bar, find the drag queens.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, Trixie's makeup, I want so much of it. The pinks don't look super great on me. I'll tell you whose makeup I buy. Actually, skincare. Kimchi. Kimchi's lip kit is amazing. Like the lip mask and lip scrub. Holy shit. My lips are pillowy soft.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. I love
I
Kimchi.
mean,
Alrighty, you have a good one. Honestly, we should probably start wrapping up. I've been brought like 2 whole
Yeah.
plates of different foods, and I've not eaten yet.
Yeah, I haven't eaten either. And yeah, this has been a blast. We need to do this again soon.
We do. Oh my god, Jessica, I want her setting powder so bad. That's like on my Christmas list. Drag queens make the best makeup.
I have some of Trixie's makeup. I haven't had the like balls to put it on yet, but I really want to. I have Katya's like red.
You got Red Scare?
I got Red Scare.
Oh, I'm so jealous. Oh, wear it well, love it, treasure it.
I will.
Wear it around the house. That's always what I do when I'm testing new looks I'm not sure about. I just start wearing it around the house.
Fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna start wearing earrings maybe eventually.
Nice.
Because I think that's kind of where I'm starting to transition into it.
Legit. Very legit.
I'm just like very scared because like you have people kind of like Chris Chan who I don't want to look like that. I'm very vain.
That's fair. I mean, you say that, but like I think just the key my greatest fashion advice I can give to anyone of anything ever. This is my like one size fits all fashion advice. So long as it looks intentional, it'll look good.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's the key. So you have to do like research, find what works for you, find what like fits your features, then all this shit. But once you figure it out, once you make it look intentional and know what you're doing, it'll look good.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for that advice.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, let's wrap it up because I'm hungry and you're hungry. And I'm trying to think who won this wrestling match. I'm gonna say it was a draw.
Yeah, it was a draw. Our minds met on the field of battle, and instead of violence, found camaraderie.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. It's a happy ending. The real winner is fucking Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, I agree.
With that, why don't you pimp your shit while you're here?
Yeah, I'm VHS Ashley. I'm Ashley VHS on Twitch. You can follow me as VHS Ashley on Twitter, I believe. I always get them mixed up because some people have one or the other. It's Ashley VHS. Yeah, I'm VHS Ashley on Twitter.
Yes.
And Ashley VHS on Twitch.
Yay.
And maybe eventually I will have a YouTube thing because this seems fun.
I like YouTube a lot, actually.
Yeah. I've heard it's kind of the Wild West right now.
It is. It's delightful.
Yeah.
Blanky Cat, I think it's completely fair to be nervous, but just take it slow, do what's safe for you, and just work your way up. It's just face paint. At the end of the day, it's just face paint. It's face paint that helps you look how you want and feel that day.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for joining me on this anniversary stream. Thank you, Ash, for being here. This was honestly wonderful. I had a great time.
Yeah, I had a great time. Yay. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you, hon. I know it's scary out there. I know it can be hard and scary, but I have a very encyclopedic knowledge of fashion and makeup at this point, and I really want to put it to good use and make people feel good and comfortable about themselves because they deserve it. So,
they really do.
Yeah. Everybody deserves to feel good and happy. Wah. Anyway, that's it for me. Here's to 1 year, and here's to 1 year more. Hell yeah.
All right. See you guys around.
Good night, gang. Bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna hit end stream. Goodbye.
Bye.
And